Total Media Sports Network presents the Portsmouth Football Game of the Week live on Kool TV. Now let's go to the field for the pregame show.
Ohio Conference. The Minford Falcons. I'm Chuck Greenslate, along with Matt Payton, welcoming you to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. These improvements integrate orthopedic surgery, physical medicine and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single, comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, we aim to enhance communication among providers, improve continuity of care, and offer an elevated experience for our patients. SOMC Orthopedic Associates, comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment. The West Senators enter tonight's contest with a record of 2-3. West is 1-0 in Southern Ohio Conference Division II play. It'll be homecoming night at the Rock. West opened up the season with a thrilling 30-27 victory over the Fairland Dragons and then dropped a couple heartbreakers, falling in week number 2 to the Portsmouth Trojans 13-12, falling again in week number 3 to Hillsborough 49-34 in a game that's much closer than what that final score would indicate. Then in week number 4, it was a loss at Chillicothe 46-22 and a big rebound win last week, a 41-7 win at Waverly to begin conference play. The Minford Falcons enter tonight's game with a winning record overall, 3 wins, 2 losses. Every other week has resulted in a different outcome. A loss in weeks 1, 3, and 5, and then wins in weeks 2 and 4. 2 and 3, I beg your pardon, is the record for the Minford Falcons. They lost to Rock Hill to open the season, 34-13. That was a Thursday night game. Then picked up their first win of the season at Chesapeake in week number 2, 21-14. Fell to Eastern Pike in week number 3, 48-42. Defeated Oak Hill in week number 4, 29-6. And then last week fell at Northwest 27-12. So both teams 2-3 entering tonight's Week 6 battle as we get ready to begin the second half of this 2025 regular season. Looking at the visiting Minford Falcons stats heading into tonight, the quarterback is Kurt Glenn. He is a very tough player and a dual threat. He's thrown for 1,150 yards and 10 touchdowns through the first half of the season. He can also run the ball. He is the leading rusher on the team, having carried the ball 71 times for 424 yards, an average of 6 yards per pop. He has scored 4 rushing touchdowns on this season. His favorite target is Carter Frazee, who has 22 receptions for 221 yards. Peyton Cottle and Colt Donahoe are some other really good receivers on this ball club, along with Wyatt Swick. He's got 18 receptions on the year. He actually leads Minford in receiving yards with 519, and he also has the most touchdown catches with 5. The West stats are through the first 4 games. These don't include the big win at Waverly last week, but they'll give you an idea of what Senators have been stepping up big. Brody Hall is the quarterback. Through the first 4 weeks, he threw for 648 yards, 9 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. Anthony Bishop, the leading rusher through the first 4 games, 416 yards on the ground and 6 TDs. Braden Atkins, really nice receiver, 21 catches for 334 yards and 6 touchdowns through the first 4 games of this season. So a pair of 2 and 3 conference foes getting set to clash. The West Senators 1-0 in league play. Minford 1-1. Between now and our 7 o'clock kickoff, we will hear from both head coaches. We'll also take a look at other games from around the area. We'll get the keys to success, introduce you to the starting lineups as well as to the officials. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 2 minutes.
Ball on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies. Don't spend thousands of dollars on marketing that doesn't work. Appalachian Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work. Appalachian Marketing Media sells market-friendly websites that are designed to convert traffic into clients. Appalachian Marketing Media provides superior customer service and will quickly respond to any of your website needs. With packages starting at $2,000, contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website.
Why does a church exist? This is Pastor Ryan Brown for the Calvary Baptist Church, and I'd like to reveal to you that our church exists to bring people to Jesus Christ, to tell them of a Savior who loves them and gave his life for them on the cross at Calvary, conquered death, rose up from the grave, and made salvation possible for every person. If you have questions about this person named Jesus Christ, come see us. Visit becausefcalvary.com and be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church.
Monroe's Frame and Collision and now Wheel Alignment knows that good luck on the field can sometimes turn into bad luck in the parking lot. Well, if that happens to you, just know that Monroe's Frame and Collision is there from big bangs to little dings and have been doing it for 30 years. Monroe's commitment to you, the customer, is evident when you speak with any one of the Monroe's technicians or staff. Monroe's makes you feel as comfortable as possible and are always readily available and happy to answer any of all questions and your inquiries. Monroe's Frame Collision and now Wheel Alignment.
You're listening to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, coming to you from the Rock tonight. The home field that belongs to the West Senators out of the Southern Ohio Conference Division II. Homecoming night here at West this evening. The opposition for the West Senators, the Minford Falcons. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton. This is one of many big games around the area tonight. On Mix 99.3, you can hear one that a lot of people are talking about. Understandably so. The Ironton Fighting Tigers are in Wheelersburg to take on the Pirates. Two 5-0 ball clubs clashing there at Ed Miller Pirates Stadium. On Fox Portsmouth 95.7 FM, you'll be able to hear the Portsmouth Trojans host the Chesapeake Panthers tonight in Ohio Valley Conference contest. This evening on WNXT2, using the Local Happenings app, you'll hear Valley at Northwest. Elsewhere around the area tonight, the unbeaten Notre Dame Titans will entertain South Gallia. Eastern Pike will be in Sciotoville to face East. Green will play at Sims Valley. Colgrove is in Gallup Police to play the Gallia Academy. Fairland is at South Point. Rock Hill is hosting Cincinnati Purcell Marion. Paint Valley is at Piketon. Wellston is hosting River Valley, and Jackson is at Hillsboro. In Kentucky this evening, Greenup County is at Ashland. Russell is playing at Fleming County. West Carter is hosting Paintsville. Lewis County is at Bath County. Fairview is playing host to Phelps, and Boyd County is at Johnson Central. There was actually a game last night. The Oak Hill Oaks defeated the Waverly Tigers 13-12 in an SOC2 clash. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton. Let's take a 60-second timeout, and when we return, we'll introduce you to the starting lineups and the officials. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates, the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including urolift and aquablation. Board-certified expertise and the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-3564-URO today.
Gamp's Corner, Route 140 in Slocum, is the perfect way to start the day. The BP convenience store opens the doors at 5:30 with home-cooked breakfast, coffee, and that first smile of the day. Everything from groceries, pop, candy, bread, milk, or fertilizer. They've even got an ATM for fast cash. Starting at 11 o'clock, enjoy delicious homemade pizza cooked to order. And remember, the BP convenience store will also deliver your home heating, fuel, and kerosene. Your one-stop shop for everything is the BP convenience store, Route 140 in Slocum, where it's good and green, both sides of the street.
This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. Tonight, the West Senators will host the Minford Falcons. It's time to meet the Valerie Ford starting lineups. The service of Valerie Ford, located on US 23 in Waverly. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford. Shop online at valerieford.com. First, for the visiting Minford Falcons, the quarterback is Curtis Glenn. Ty Borland will start at running back tonight. Wyatt Swick is one wide receiver. Carter Frazee is also a wide out, as is Isaiah Robertson. Colt Donahoe will play at tight end, and on the offensive line will be Taylor Malone and Titus Green at tackles, Cole Darby and Marty Sparks at guards, and Austin Wheeler at center. On the defensive side of the ball, the ends are Sam Patrick and Noah Wittig. The tackles are Taylor Malone and Tanner Smith. The linebackers are Bryce McLaughlin and Marty Sparks, along with Curtis Glenn. The free safety is Carter Frazee, and the corners are Mason Bailey and Mason Bradley. Starting tonight for the West Senators, quarterback will be Brody Hall. Bo Roten is the fullback. The running back is Anthony Bishop. The wide receivers are Gunnar Schonkweiler, Braden Atkins, and Corbin Miller. At left tackle will be Leif Potters. Ben Sparks is the right tackle. The left guard is Carson Carver. The right guard is Braylon Newman, and at center is Eli Myers. Other Senators that will see significant time offensively tonight will be Weston Radcliffe at running back. Micah Barnes and Zane Evans will see time at wideout. Austin Ramsey and Christian Carrasco will see some time at tight end. And on the offensive line, you'll see Max Newsome log some minutes, I'm sure. At fullback, Tilton Rapp should get in there, as should Zane Pitts. On the defensive side of the ball for West, on the line will be Austin Ramsey, Ryder McCormick, and Zane Pitts. The linebackers are Zane Evans, Christian Carrasco, Tilton Rapp, and Bo Roten. In the secondary, Braden Atkins and Gunnar Schonkweiler. Cousins are corners, and the safeties are Keegan Salem and Weston Radcliffe. Others seeing time on the defensive side of the ball for West, Coach Todd Gilliland tells us will be Keegan Salem, Micah Barnes, Mason Bodmer, Eli Myers, Braylon Newman, Leif Potters, and Carson Carver. That's Mason Bodmer, I beg your pardon. Long snapper for West will be either Zane Evans or Corbin Miller. Holder is Brody Hall. Punter is Christian Carrasco. He's also going to tend to the kickoffs tonight. Eli Blevins handles the extra points. And those are your Valerie Ford starting lineups, a service of Valerie Ford on US 23 in Waverly. Remember, all roads lead to Valerie Ford online at ValerieFord.com. Let's meet the third team on the field this evening. Tonight's officials are presented in honor of Matt Oren and are sponsored by Mr. Reader Plumbing, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, and Little's Excavating, all of which can be found in Wietersburg. Mr. Reader Plumbing prides itself on customer care. Little's Septic Service has been serving the region since 1964 and always strives to stay out of your yard and, if possible, off of your driveway. Restaurant owners know that Little's Grease Trap Removal can get in and out quickly with minimal impact on your business. And Little's Excavating is the only area excavator which is licensed in aeration design. Donning the stripes and tooting the whistles this evening will be Matthew Thompson. He's the referee. The center judge is Kyle Gilmore. Line judge Marcus Thompson. Umpire is Chris Bentley. The head linesman is Michael Thompson. And the back judge is Drew DeLotel. Those are the officials. We're going to take a timeout. When we return, we will hear from the head coach of the Minford Falcons, Jordan Michael. Tonight, his Falcons are at West to take on the Senators. We're back in 2 minutes with that interview. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Haley Blevins is a junior volleyball player from East who is in the medical office management program at the Scioto County Career Technical Center. Haley, what do you like about the Scioto County CTC in your program?
I really enjoy learning all of the medical terminology and about BPA.
And what are your plans for after high school?
Either phlebotomist or EMT.
The Scioto County CTC, a proven past for building a better future.
Scioto County Career Technical Center.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing. The Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance. The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 12-month, 12,000-mile new vehicle premier coverage and 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Credit will finance your future, not your past. Shop online at Glockner.com. At Glockner, we make it easy.
We at Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or a cremation service, and our staff will work to ease the burden a loss leaves. We may be reached by phone at 740-456-4133 or email at info@sbentleyfh.com. And to all our local athletes, play hard and stay safe.
You're tuned in to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, and we want to say hello to all of our viewers getting set to watch tonight's game online, video streamed by our friends at Kool TV. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton. We had hoped to hear from the head coaches, but we're having technical issues back at the studio, so we won't have that conversation. But I was the one who talked with them, so we'll be able to paraphrase that in just a little while. We are going to take a break, though, as the West Marching Band gets set to play the national anthem. And when we return, Matt and I will give you the keys to victory and tell you a little bit about what the coaches told us a couple days ago in anticipation for tonight's contest. We're going to take a 4-minute break. This is the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hawk, the owner of Real Estate Gallery. I'm inviting you to contact any of our professional realtors for all of your real estate needs, or visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Real Estate Gallery, we'll be there every step of the way. Real Estate Gallery.
Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service. The Counseling Center is the region's leader in youth and adolescent counseling and play therapy services. TCC plays a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-aged children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org. Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical.
Hi, I'm Gary Duzan of Portsmouth Insurance, a TAH Benefits partner.
And I'm Jay Hazelbaker, president of TAH Benefits.
Portsmouth Insurance specializes in helping local business owners with their employee benefits.
We understand that operating a business can be stressful. Let us alleviate at least one of those worries for you. Portsmouth Insurance understands the health insurance marketplace, and our commitment to service and knowledge of both the personal and business insurance markets can give you peace of mind.
For assistance with all of your employee benefit needs, call us at Portsmouth Insurance, 740-353-4105.
At People's Bank, our team of local, trust, and wealth management professionals can help you achieve your financial goals. We offer comprehensive services including investment management, retirement planning, estate planning, trust administration, and more. Our customized strategies are designed to grow and preserve your wealth while minimizing risk. Let People's Bank put our decades of expertise to work for you. Call me, Elise Dye, or one of our other trust and wealth management professionals today to schedule your free consultation. People's Bank, working together, building success.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner family of dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies. Josie and Carly and all the gang at Conley Trucking and the Conley River Terminal wish the best to our local athletes. In business since 1975, Conley Trucking will do both commercial and residential work, hauling everything from gravel to grain. The next time you need fill dirt or limestone, contact Conley Trucking in the Conley River Terminal. Phone 740-776-7634. For a quote, email conleytrucking@frontier.com. And again, Josie and Carly wish all area athletes the best of luck.
Tonight, the West Senators will entertain the Minford Falcons in a Southern Ohio Conference Division II Varsity Football Game. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
What up, buddy? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Me too. Me too.
Don't we just love football Friday night?
There's nothing better, and especially after we've had a week filled with sky juice, as we have had with all the rain. Isn't it nice to come out here and see these clear skies with the sunshine and the nice clouds? Man, it's going to be a beautiful evening for football.
And that's a new term out there, sky juice.
Oh, no, that's not new. I didn't coin that one. That's been around for a while.
I
Liquid,
like it,
do you prefer liquid sunshine? We can go that route as well.
I'm okay.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful evening is what we're trying to say here on homecoming night at the Rock, where the West Senators are getting set to play host to the Minford Falcons. It's now time to take a look at the Counseling Center's keys to success. For 45 years, the Counseling Center has established itself as the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse disorder treatment to mental health counseling, primary care, youth therapy, vocational development, and even job placement services. The Counseling Center employs over 600 people, caring employees who believe that every human deserves help. We all know someone. The people at the Counseling Center want them to be helped, and since 1980, that's exactly what they've been attempting to do. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org or call 740-354-6685. Matt, let's begin with the visiting Minford Falcons. What must they do to find their third win of the season here at West tonight?
Well, I think they need to start out quick. They need to kind of get going, get their offense going. I think they need to kind of find ways to get Peyton Cottle the ball in space, along with some of these other receivers. Wyatt Swick had a monster first 3 weeks of the season. I think 4 weeks, actually. And then last week kind of had a little bit of a lull. So, I mean, they have some players. I think they need to kind of get those guys going, maybe get some short catches. I think they'll see a little bit different West defense compared to what they saw last week with Northwest. I think getting that offense going is going to be a huge factor for tonight. And if not, their defense needs to really step up and maybe take some risk early to try to force something, maybe load the box a little bit more, do things like that, try to do something that causes a little bit of chaos. I think that's going to be the key for Minford. Can they create some chaos early that throws West out of system or out of sorts?
Now let's go to the other side. The host West Senators, what do they need to do to make it 2 wins in a row?
Well, West has kind of been one of those teams that it's like a Jekyll Hyde type thing. You can either see a lot of ground and pound or you see it air it out. They kind of can be a chameleon of things. But I think they saw a good blueprint last week if they watched the Northwest film, which we had the privilege of calling.
Mm-hmm.
I think if West does a game plan where they're going to start and see how their run game's going, they did make some changes last week, and they've now, I think the run game, I watched their Waverly game, and actually it looked much better.
Yeah.
So I think they maybe are finding out that let's see how good the run game goes, and that will open up the pass. Either way, I think the play calling will be pretty good tonight. I think they're going to see a lot of the similar play calling we saw against Northwest, where it's a lot of seeing how Minford handles the run. And if Minford starts loading up the box on the run, I think then they'll go to the air. But Northwest was just kind of dominant up front last week. Now, I don't think West's line is as big or as strong as Northwest, but I think they can get some yards and enough yards to kind of keep the game going and kind of keep the momentum going.
Had the opportunity to talk with both the head coaches earlier in the week, and Jordan Michael loves the way his kids are battling, and they've got some skill guys that you alluded to that have really been doing some good things this year. And he and I talked in detail about the play that Peyton Cottle made last week against Northwest. It's a shame that it doesn't appear Peyton Cottle's going to be playing tonight because he's such a weapon with that speed that he possesses. But there was a play that exemplifies everything you want out of a high school athlete. He fumbled the ball around the 30 going in late in the first half at Northwest last Friday night. The young man from Northwest, Carson Christian, picked the ball up. He made a great run about 40 yards the other direction, zigzagging, bouncing off tackles. But Peyton Cottle got up, went to the other end of the field, ripped the ball away from him, forcing him to fumble, and got it back. Now, about 40 yards of field position were relinquished in that whole span. But what an effort by Peyton Cottle. And, boy, if the entire Minford Falcon group continues to fight like that, when you get knocked down, you get back up. I know that's a cliche, but that particular play epitomized that philosophy. I know that Coach Michael's very, very pleased with the way his kids are working. And then with Coach Gilliland, that was a really big win for his Senators at Waverly last Friday. I know Waverly's struggling a little bit. They haven't won a game yet, and they fell last night to Oak Hill 13-12. But to go to Waverly and win 41-7, everything clicking, defense playing well, offense finding a little bit more success running the ball. And bear in mind that West could easily be 3-2, if not 4-1, coming into tonight's game. They lost a heartbreaker to Portsmouth. They lost a heartbreaker to Hillsborough. They could have a much better record than what they do. So that's a better football team, I feel, in the West Senators and what that record might show.
Exactly. I think they had to, I mean, they're seeing the rebuild of things, like where they've lost a lot of key players. He played a lot of snaps. I think that's a big factor with it. I did not know I didn't realize that Peyton Cottle might not go. And that's a big factor. But like I said, there's some guys they have. And I think maybe it's going to be one of those, they kind of utilize a platoon of people. But I think they need to get their passing game going. Try to spread out spread out West defense a little bit and see if they can get it that way.
Ty Borland going at running back tonight. That could be interesting. He's a big kid. He runs hard. He's very strong. He also punts, and he made a great play in that Northwest loss last week. A punt. It was about a 40-yarder. Didn't net that because the snap went about 10 yards over his head, but he was able to run back, retrieve it, and still get a really nice punt away. So he's a good athlete.
Oh, great athlete, and I think he might be one of those little X factors tonight we look for. And if he can get going, he can definitely carry 2 or 3 guys, and he could probably average about 5 yards a carry. So this may be a little different look we may see tonight from Minford than we're used to.
The West Senators have owned this rivalry in recent years. They've won the last 3 meetings. Last year, West prevailed 24-0. In 2023, the Senators rolled to a 34-7 win, and in 2022, it was West getting the dub, 29-16. Now, prior to those 3 seasons, Minford then had a 3-year winning streak, winning in 2021, 41-21. The Falcons prevailed in 2020, 35-14, and won in 2019, 33-14. It's a rivalry matchup. Anything can happen in these rivalry games. It should be fun. Our game time temperature is presented by Kohl's Auto Sales at 16127 US 52 West Portsmouth. While many car lots are struggling to stock their lots with quality used cars, Kohl's is blessed to have a great selection and offers financing. Bad credit, no credit, it's no problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. If you're looking for a sharp used vehicle, give Kohl's a call at 740-357-6009. It is currently 73 degrees in West Portsmouth, and by the time this game is through, it should be down in the mid-60s. That is an absolutely beautiful forecast for this late September Friday night. You have been tuned in to the SOMC Sports Motion pregame show. SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. These improvements integrate orthopedic surgery, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, we aim to enhance communication among providers, improve continuity of care, and offer an elevated experience for our patients. SOMC Orthopedic Associates, comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment. The opening kickoff when we return, West and Minford. This is high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 90 seconds.
The market for retaining wall block, visit Portsmouth Block. Portsmouth Block manufactures several types of retaining wall block, including a brand known as Keystone Compact 3 Regency. Loved by those who buy it and install it, Keystone Compact is trusted by architects, engineers, and contractors around the world, as it artfully delivers a beautiful pattern, both gorgeous and efficient. Visit Portsmouth Block at 2700 Gallia Street in Portsmouth and look for Keystone Compact retaining wall block, manufactured right in Portsmouth. Online at portsmouthblock.com. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards Program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you. Locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Penn Station East Coast Subs is a proud supporter of local high school sports and is always as fresh as the next play. With taste, quality, and generous portions, there's absolutely nothing quite like the Philly cheesesteak, the club, the Reuben chicken teriyaki, or the Italian. With great service and a friendly smile, Penn Station invites you in for lunch, dinner, or after the game and movie. And when you need a quality and healthy taste fix, it's Penn Station East Coast Subs, your first stop on the left into the viaduct, where at Penn Station, it's all about good taste.
Tonight's opening kickoff between the West Senators and the Minford Falcons is brought to you by Harris Floor Covering at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all of your floor covering needs. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. The West Senators are wearing their home black uniforms with orange numerals and stripes tonight. Black from head to toe, black jerseys, black pants, black helmets. The Minford Falcons are in their road white jerseys with red numerals that are trimmed in silver. They have white pants and silver, almost dark gray helmets. The Minford Falcons are taking to the field as we speak, and here come the West Senators as we are just about set to get tonight's Week 6 matchup underway here at the Rock. It will be West receiving the opening kickoff, and back deep to return for West will be Weston Ratcliffe. He is a 5'9", 170-pound freshman, and back there with him is Braden Atkins, a 5'7", 160-pound junior. Atkins has done a very, very nice job with returns this year, and probably an even better job with his receiving skills catching the football. With the ball teed up for the Falcons, yep, it's Ty Borland. He's going to be booting the ball away. Beautiful evening for football here at the Rock, and a very nice crowd in attendance, which you would expect on homecoming night. Here is the approach from Borland. He puts toe to leather, and this game is underway. This will be plucked out of the air at the 25-yard line. On the run back is Gunnar Schockweiler of the Senators. He will take the ball out across the 35, across the 40 to the 41-yard line before he is stopped by Isaiah Robertson of Minford. So a run back of 16 yards on the opening kickoff, and very solid starting field position for Coach Todd Gilliland's West Senators.
Very good start for the Senators.
Coach G is in his 5th year guiding this program. He spent several years as an assistant coach under Ben Johnson prior to being named the head coach. He is 34-17 in his tenure here guiding the orange and black. Atkins goes in motion to the left side, trips to the left now. Hall takes a snap, goes back, sets up a screen. His pass is caught by Bishop. Bishop has some room right up the middle of the field. He'll show some power there and strength as he muscles his way across the midfield stripe to the 47-yard line of Minford. That should be enough for a first down. There is a flag toward the tail end of the play, and the preliminary indication is that it is a face mask on Minford, so that's going to add some more yardage to the end of this 12-yard reception.
Yep, good little pass and cut or dump off there to get Bishop out in space.
Bishop is a 5'8", 196-pound junior. Again, hello to not only everyone listening on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, but to all those who are watching the Kool TV video stream tonight. This penalty will move the ball down to the 32-yard line, and just like that, the West Senators, not necessarily knocking on the door yet, but they have approached the front porch. 1st and 10 for West. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Hall in the pistol. He'll take the snap and roll to the left with Bishop out in front of him. He throws back across the body, and this pass is nearly intercepted. Maddox Porter, the 6'2", 215-pound junior linebacker for the Minford Falcons, got 2 hands on it, but couldn't get his hands closed quickly enough to make the pick. Thankfully for Brody Hall and the Senators, unfortunately for Coach Jordan Michaels' Minford Falcons. That'll make it 2nd down and 10 as that incompletion stops the clock with 11:27 left to play in a scoreless first period as we are just underway here at West High School.
It looked like they were in a man-to-man, and all of a sudden Porter did a good job breaking off and almost getting his interception there.
Schockweiler, Micah Barnes, and Braden Atkins split out wide to the left. Trips, pistol formation. The give goes to Bishop, the deep back, and he's going to find a little bit of room up the center of the field, right up the gut. He will back his way down to around the 27-yard line. It's going to go for a gain of 5, bring up a manageable 3rd down and 5 for Coach G's Senators as we come up on the 11-minute mark here in this opening stanza. Boy, we see Bishop do that quite often, and a lot of really good backs from around the area. They'll get hit, and they manage to twist around and either backpedal for an extra yard or 2 or side glide to the next yard. But, I mean, they just do not quit. They run so hard and get every single inch they can. Twin receivers to the right. Atkins goes in motion to the left, play action. Hall looking up top, and his pass is incomplete, a little bit short and behind the intended receiver. That's Christian Carrasco, the 6'1", 185-pound senior. He definitely had some separation, but the two just can't connect, and now it is 4th down and 5 for the Senators with the ball resting at the 27 going in, and it looks like the offense will stay out there and go for it.
Definitely go time.
Barnes wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. There's an H-back, I formation. Give goes to the deep back, Bishop, and he is going to be dropped shy of the first down. A nice tackle by Minford Falcon linebacker Bryce McLaughlin, a 6'1", 205-pound junior. And Matt, we talked a lot about him last week in Minford's 27-12 loss at Northwest. He had 13 tackles in that game, as did Marty Sparks. Needed 5, got only 4, turnover on downs, and it will be the Minford offense taking to the field for the first time this evening. That's a big stop right there because it really appeared West had something going.
Big stop, and actually that's McLaughlin's 3rd tackle of the night. He's tackled every play at this drive.
At that rate, he'll have 13 by the end of the first quarter.
Easily.
10:36 left to play here in a scoreless first, and now we will get a look at the Minford offense for the first time this evening here at West High School. Minford breaks the huddle and comes to the line of scrimmage. Ball placed down on the left hash mark. There was a receiver to the right, a tight end who is standing up, a slot receiver, and another receiver to the left, and the quarterback is Porter. He's going to roll to his right, sling it downfield. That's a jump ball, incomplete, and a flag is thrown. There's going to be some pass interference, but I don't know if it's going to be offensive or defensive because they were really battling hard for that ball, that jump ball out there. The intended receiver was Wyatt Swick, a 6'1", 195-pound freshman, but the young man who threw that pass was not Curtis Glenn, whom we were told was going to start at quarterback, as he has every game this season. It was Maddox Porter, the 6'2", 215-pound junior.
What we got?
No word from the field yet, but Minford is walking forward, so it looks to be pass interference on the West Senators, we will deduce. That will move the line of scrimmage out to the 38-yard line, and Minford gets its first down of the evening via penalty. Going to the ground game, it is Ty Borland taking the handoff, hitting the backfield, and dropped for a loss of a couple. Good defense by the Senators. Borland could never find a place to cut up field. And I believe leading the charge for West was Bo Roten, number 15 on number 15 there.
Yep.
Will be 2nd and 12.
15 on 15 crime right there.
That's good on good right there.
Yep.
Two very nice players. So that makes it the 36-yard line, the line of scrimmage for Minford. Split out wide to the right will be Wyatt Swick along with Carter Frazee. Frazee had some nice catches for the Falcons, especially in the second half of that game at Northwest last week. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left, 5 wide, nobody in the backfield other than the quarterback, Porter, and it's a designed quarterback run, quarterback draw, and it looked like Porter had somewhere to go there for a moment, but then his jersey was grabbed and his progress was stopped immediately. That is Eli Myers making a tackle. 5'11", 218 pounds, a senior, and boy, once he got that hand on that jersey, that run was over. Gain of 2, it's 3rd and 10.
I'll tell you what was fun watching that was he basically looked like it's almost Halloween season. He kind of came up from the ground and just said no. He pulled a good job.
Was it like Jason Voorhees, right?
Yeah, he was already kind of on the ground, basically just reached something, grabbed him, and had some strength pulling down a quarterback.
Friday the 13th type stuff. 3rd and 10, Porter wanting to throw. He is going to step up in the pocket. He's going to pull it down, and he's going to go. He makes a sprint toward the left sideline, and he's going to have the first down. I do believe it's going to be close, gauging by that spot. I might have spoken a little bit too soon.
Oh, they're going to spot it.
Yep, so that's going to give him the yardage to gain. Gunnar Schockweiler comes up to make the stop. He needed 10, and that's exactly what he got. So a fresh set of downs for the Minford Falcons and their second first down on this drive, one by penalty, and this one certainly earned by quarterback Maddox Porter. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. It seems like we've seen a lot of action in only 3 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems like it. But it's a lot of stoppages, it seems like.
Trips to the left, another designed quarterback run. Porter is going to get to the midfield stripe, and he's going to be pushed up in the air, and he finally falls back down, and thankfully he didn't hit the turf as hard as what I thought that he would. He was almost body surfing there for a second. That was a position that he did not want to find himself in, so thankfully that didn't turn out too bad for him from a health standpoint. It results in a 2-yard pickup for the junior QB, and it will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons with the ball right at midfield. He was doing the Superman, wasn't he?
Yeah, he definitely was. I think Braden Atkins, the one who first got him over there and kind of picked him up a little bit.
Ball right in the middle of the field. Shotgun formation. Porter looking left, firing over the middle. Pass is caught, and this is going to be a first down reception for Wyatt Swick, who takes the ball inside the 40 of the Senators down to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 14 and a very good-looking opening drive of the game for Coach Jordan Michaels' Falcons thus far. No huddle, right back to the line of scrimmage, trips to the right. A stand-up tight end and a receiver to the left, and a swing pass is caught over in the right flat by Mason Bradley, and the 5'10", 185-pound senior will take the ball inside of the 30-yard line. Took a pretty big pop over there. I believe that was Gunnar Schockweiler coming over to help with that stop, but there were several Senator defenders there in that vicinity.
And even then, that's 7 yards right there.
To the 29-yard line, second down and a short 3, a long 2. Right back to the line and right back to the quarterback run. Porter loses the football, and let's see who got it. The officials say the Senators' first turnover of the game. Turnovers and penalties, they certainly haunt that recovery by West, sponsored by Hope Source. Start your recovery today by calling 740-353-HOPE.
Zane Pitts was the one who knocked it loose, then picked up by Braden Atkins.
And this will give the Senators the ball back at their own 24-yard line. First and 10 going the other way. 7:37 left to play. Goose eggs on the scoreboard at this point in time here in the first period. So for the second time tonight, we will see the West Senators. Their first drive wound up coming to a halt inside of the 25-yard line of Minford, with West turning it over on downs. Here's Bishop bobbing and weaving and jump cutting his way for a first down. Nice run by Bishop as he takes the ball out beyond the 35-yard line to around the 37. That's going to go for a baker's dozen, 13 yards on the pickup for Anthony Bishop, the 5'8", 196-pound junior.
Big run there by Bishop. 14 yards.
Now spotted at the 38. Kool TV supplying replays on many of the bigger and more entertaining plays tonight. Again, hello to everyone watching the Kool TV video stream. Here's Hall setting up a little screen to the left side. This is Atkins making the reception. He bobs and weaves his way and breaks loose. It's Schockweiler, Gunnar Schockweiler is off to the races down the far sideline, and Schockweiler will take it to the house. A 62-yard touchdown, and the West Senators on homecoming night strike first and go up 6-0 with 7:02 left to play in the first period.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
What a run by Gunnar Schockweiler.
A 5'8", 165-pound junior, and once he got in the clear, he showed the speed, but it was how he picked his way through some defenders and some of his blockers who had fallen down in front of him after initially making the reception right around the line of scrimmage. That was so sweet about that play. And now Hall will come out to hold as the extra point attempt is getting set to take place. It is up, and it is wide to the right. No good. So the score stays at 6-0, but the Senators are on the scoreboard. That was Eli Blevins there with the attempted PAT. You're listening to High School Football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 60 seconds.
The McKinley Funeral Home has built a reputation for service over the years. Folks in this area know that the McKinley Funeral Home is a proud member of the Lucasville community. In your hour of need, you'll find them compassionate and caring, serving families in our area since 1937. That's the McKinley Funeral Home. Call them in your hour of need. The McKinley Funeral Home, Lucasville, since 1937.
Harris Floor Covering, located at 610 9th Street, Portsmouth, is the area's leading floor covering contractor. Harris Floor Covering has everything for your home or business, including resilient tile, sheet flooring, quarry tile, ceramic tile, outdoor floors, industrial floors, carpet, acoustic ceiling, underlayment, and more. Call Stephen Harris at 740-353-7959 or 740-352-9212. Harris Floor Covering, proud supporters of the youth of the area.
Christian Carrasco getting set to boot the ball away for the West Senators. Here's his approach, here's the kick, and it is angling out of bounds, and flags will fly. So Minford will get very good starting position as a result of that kickoff going out of bounds. There has been a change in the score. Changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. It's now 6-0 West Senators with 7:02 left to play in the first period. Matt, let's check the scoring recap. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Chuck, that scoring drive by the Senators only took off, I think, 35 seconds, but it was a two-play, 76-yard drive, and it was a 62-yard touchdown pass from Brody Hall to Gunnar Sockweiler. Extra point was no good. 6-0. Senators lead.
As a result of the kickoff going out of bounds, this Minford drive will begin at the Falcons' own 35-yard line. Porter is going to sling a pass over the middle to Wyatt Swick. That is caught, and Swick is immediately hit and driven back. His forward progress will give him the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Falcons.
Tell you what, for being the backup quarterback, Porter looks pretty good.
He looks very, very good. He is slinging the ball. And that run he made on the first drive Minford had was very impressive. The Falcon offense did some very good things on that opening drive. And bear in mind, no Kurt Glenn, no Peyton Cottle. So it's quite remarkable. 5 wide, Porter wanting to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the left, pulls it down, looking. He will sling it, and that pass is caught in West territory. Making the reception is Isaiah Robertson. And Robertson will take the ball down inside of the 45-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there, and a really good job by quarterback Maddox Porter, buying himself some time and finding the open Isaiah Robertson, the 6'2", 185-pound senior.
18-yard gain.
The new line of scrimmage for Minford is the 41-yard line of the Senators. We've played almost half of the first period here at the Rock. This is our 3rd visit to West High School this season. We were here for the season opener against Fairland, a thrilling game in which West held on for a 3-point win, 30-27, and then we were here the following week, week number 2, to see the Portsmouth Trojans eke one out over West, 13-12.
Seen a lot of thrillers with the West Senators.
We really have. Here's Ty Borland looking for some room right side, and he will not find it. Great defense by the West Senators. It's Tilton Rapp leading the way. He is a 5'10", 192-pound junior. Loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 43-yard line.
An interesting stat so far, for what I've noticed. They're really keen on Ty Borland. Like, he's their key running back. So right now he's got 2 carries for -4 yards. So that's their key. But passing-wise, Porter is 4 for 4 for 45 yards. He's got 4 carries for 19 yards. Now, the only blemish is that fumble, but it's pretty solid going forward.
Yes, it is. Can it be sustained throughout the duration of the game? That's the question. Here's Porter rolling right. Now he's going to sling it down the far sideline. Braden Atkins on the coverage, and the pass is too tall. The intended recipient was Wyatt Swick. He's a 6'1", 195-pound freshman. Well, you can just tell here in the first 6 minutes and 35 seconds of this game that Porter has the West defense on its heels a little bit, because he can make a pass look like it's going to be a designed quarterback run, as he just did there moments ago. I mean, he actually had that ball tucked, and then at the last moment, he pulled it out and slung it 25 yards downfield. Even though it resulted in an incomplete pass, that's going to make those defenders think throughout the rest of the game. 5 wide, a big 3rd and 12, and whistle sound prior to the snap. A flag is down around the line of scrimmage. Let's see what it is. It's a false start on the Falcons, so that will certainly elevate the degree of difficulty. 3rd and 12, morphs into 3rd down and 17, as this penalty will move the ball back to the West 48-yard line.
And I tell you what was interesting is on that last play when he rolled out, he had Ty Borland as the lead blocker. I thought he could have probably got about 6 yards, but he saw that little opening maybe his receiver had on his corner and decided to throw it downfield.
Ball in the middle of the field, 3 receivers to the right. A tight end stood up at the end of the line. A slot receiver. Porter throwing right side, incomplete. The intended receiver was Carter Frazee, and now it appears to be a punting situation for the Minford Falcons, who are faced with 4th down and 17.
And honestly, not a bad situation. I mean, you went for a deep ball, nothing was there. But now you have a really good punter, Ty Borland, going back. He could possibly pin them deep, which could help out the defense a little bit.
Freshman Weston Radcliffe is back to return for the Senators.
And he had a punt return for a touchdown last week.
Sure did, in the 41-7 win over Waverly.
And that's something you've seen a freshman, I've seen him grow from week 1, is He's been more and more confident by the games.
Borland will punt the ball away. It's a odd-looking punt. It was on the side. The ball was actually elevating on its side. It didn't really have a spiral to it that I could tell. It wasn't end over end, and the spiral wasn't cutting through the air. The ball was floating through the air sideways, but it winds up being a beautiful punt as he angled it toward the left. It hits around the 12-yard line and goes out of bounds inside the 10. That is beautiful. The 8-yard line is where it's going to be spotted. That's a 40-yard boot, and the Senator offense will start deep in its own territory. You couldn't ask for anything better from Ty Borland in that case.
No, I mean, absolutely beautiful punt.
The ball will be placed on the right hash mark as the Senator offense will get set to go back to work, beginning the third offensive possession of this first quarter for West. First one resulted in a turnover on downs inside of the 25-yard line of Minford, and the second one resulted in a lengthy Gunnar Schunkweiler touchdown reception that was mostly run after catch. Here is Bishop, the ball carrier. He'll find a little bit of room right side and be driven out of bounds, but not before he takes the ball all the way out to the 17-yard line. That's a 9-yard gain.
I was going to say, it's a lot more than it looked like.
Yeah, she certainly was. So second down and 1 coming up for the West Senators. Up 6-0 now with 5:06 remaining in this opening stanza here on homecoming night at the Rock. Seeing a lot of T-shirts and even shorts worn by a lot of the fans here in attendance tonight as we get ready to close the chapter on the final weekend of September. I wonder how many more outfits we'll see like that moving forward. Here's a pass caught by Barnes right at the 25-yard line, and he is slung down immediately by Mason Bradley. Nice open field tackle by Bradley, but a good job by Barnes getting open, finding a hole in the zone, and a really nice job of ball placement by the West quarterback, Brody Hall. That's first down.
Really nice ball placement there, and nice job by Barnes bringing that in and getting that first down. Well, it's 10 yards anyway. I only needed a yard for a first, but 10 yards will be perfectly fine.
Out from the 17 to the 27. Ball on the right hash mark. Trips to the left. One receiver into the boundary. Pistol formation for Hall. He's going to throw, and this pass is incomplete, intended for Zane Evans. That'll make it second down and 10. You know, I mentioned a few moments ago, this is our third visit to West High School this season. This is our first visit since the 5-minute red light and all the barrels were taken away out front.
It's a lot easier getting in tonight.
I didn't miss those at all.
No.
Getting into the facility this evening.
I'm sure the West Faithful was very happy to get in without all that.
Oh, 5-minute red light. That's depressing, isn't it?
It is.
Can you imagine driving up on that every morning on your way to work and it turns yellow and just gets you right before you're able to cross through? Here's a pitch to the deep back out of the eye. This is Bishop looking for some room left side. And he's got some blockers out there. Bishop picking his way. He's going to have a first down carry before going out of bounds on the far side of the field around the 40-yard line. Nice run by Bishop, but boy, you really have to give a tip of the cap there to that West offensive line. Left tackle Leif Potters, left guard Carson Carver, center Eli Myers, right guard Braylon Newman, and right tackle Ben Sparks. But do we have laundry? We do.
We do, and it may be, that credit may be taking a little bit away, maybe. Although it may have been out on the outside by a receiver, but it is a penalty from the spot.
And that is a penalty that occurred about 7 yards downfield. So the 10-yard penalty will move the ball back to the 24-yard line, and that will have it second down and 13. So we will replay the down. Two receivers in a wing to the left. Barnes split out wide to the right. A reverse as the handoff went from Hall to Bishop. Bishop then gives the ball to Atkins. Atkins lowers his shoulder and burrows his way across the 35-yard line out to the 40, and that is going to be a first down carry, which covered 16 yards. Nice run by Braden Atkins off the reverse.
And that is a big, big gain of 16 there.
I tell you what, when guys who are the height of Braden Atkins, he's listed at 5'7". When they get low, they can get lost. I mean, if you get somebody like that behind a 250-pound, 6'2" offensive lineman or a tight end, it can be very difficult for the defenders to find them. And I think some of that is what went on right there, coupled with some pretty good speed and quickness by Atkins. Here's Bishop taking the handoff. Has room right side. Bishop across the midfield stripe and out of bounds, but not before he goes into Minford territory. The Falcon there helping to run him out of play was Bryce McLaughlin. Ball will be spotted at the 48-yard line of the Falcons.
Tell you what, it's a nice little dose of back and forth between Bishop left, Bishop right. Then he's doing a Braden Atkins reverse. Not a bad little drive. Right now, Bishop has 6 carries, 51 yards, 8.5 average.
12 of them came on that last play. 1st and 10 for the Senators. 4 wide, 2 each way. Bishop in the backfield with Hall, and Hall's going to throw. He's looking down the seam. He's got Atkins wide open on the hash mark left side, and he is going to basically trot into the end zone for 6 more Senator points. It is 12-0 West. There's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. This West TD occurs at the 3:25 mark of quarter number 1.
And that's a little bit of blunt coverage possibly there on that one, or a little misconception.
Well, you were talking about all the different variants that Coach Todd Gilliland was sprinkling into his offensive play calls. You mentioned Bishop left, Bishop right, a little bit of Braden Atkins on a reverse. Don't forget Brody Hall. He can certainly throw the ball. He has done very, very well this season. When you think of West, traditionally, you think of ground and pound, but Coach G, he was a quarterback in high school during his days in Sciotoville, quarterback in the East Tartan, so he likes to throw a little bit. West going for 2. Hall does a pirouette spin out of the gun, rolls to his right, nobody open, and he's going to be sacked. The 2-point conversion fails. That was Marty Sparks making the stop. So the score remains 12-0 in favor of the Senators, but West now with a 2-touchdown lead with 3:25 still yet to play in the first period. We'll step away for 30 seconds. This is high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
The Carpenters Local Union 437 is actively seeking apprentices and journeyman carpenters. Your pay is based on your experience, but you'll start out earning a good living wage with health care and pension. The Carpenters Union takes an earn-as-you-learn approach to their apprenticeship, ensuring you earn a good living wage with benefits for your family right from the start. And every apprentice will graduate with an associate degree. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437. Phone 740-354-7518.
Trampus Puckett of the local Carpenters Union. He's a former West Senator. He played quarterback for West back in his day, early 90s, and his daughter, ironically, played girls basketball at Minford and was a very, very good player. So he's got connections with both schools. Here's the ensuing kickoff. This is going to be fielded off a couple bounces by Isaiah Robertson. Robertson picks the ball up along the near sideline. He cut toward the middle of the field, and he's not going to make it to the 20-yard line. That was great coverage by West, but that was also a very good kick by Christian Carrasco. You could tell that Robertson was waiting to see if it was going to go out of bounds, but it did not. It hung right on the sideline, and Minford will be starting deep in its own territory. But let's check the most recent West scoring drive. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in both Wheatersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, give Nancy a call at 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
That scoring drive by the Senators was a 6th place, 92-yard drive, capped off by a touchdown pass of 48 yards. Brody Hall to Braden Atkins, and the 2-point conversion was good. No good. 12-0.
Maddox Porter stands tall in the pocket and completes his pass over the middle, making that reception as Colt Donahoe, the tight end, out to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 11 and a first down for Minford. Nice looking play there by the Falcons, who have done some really nice things here in this first period, but have no points to show for it as they're on the trailing end of a 12-0 score with now just under 3 minutes left in this opening period.
Yeah, I mean, they're moving the ball. They sometimes come and get stalled right about 30 or 40-yard line.
Turnovers and penalties. Here's Porter over the middle to Donahoe again. Almost the same exact play as the down before. And another positive result, another first down. Donahoe makes a reception and is down at the 43-yard line, but not before he picks up 14 yards.
Gain of 14, and right now, West is going to leave that middle of the field open. They're going to take it.
Absolutely. This Minford passing game is doing some good things. Of course, Jordan Michael, the head coach of the Falcons, was a very good receiver for the Fairland Dragons back in his day, and his day was not all that long ago. He's a very young coach in his second year guiding Minford in his mid-20s. Here's Porter running for his life, but he turns this into a really nice gain as he's able to turn the corner on the far sideline, and let's see where he's spotted. He got out across the 45-yard line. One official at the 48 and one at the 47. They're going to decide on the 47, it looks like. But that's a really nice run of 4 yards when it looked like he was going to be sacked or limited to a very short gain, but they'll take 4 there in that particular instance, I'm sure, with the Minford Falcons. That brings up 2nd down and 6 with the ball now resting on the right hash mark. A receiver each way. The receiver to the left is Carter Frazee. Actually, 2 receivers up top. A stand-up tight end and a slot receiver to the left. Porter out of the gun, has time. Unleashes one, and his pass is caught in West territory. Nope, they're going to say hit the ground, incomplete.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It was Carter Frazee who on the hitch route got open.
Let's look at the replay, Chuck.
Let's do it.
Right there.
Kool TV providing the replay. You can see this if you're watching the video stream supplied by Kool TV. If you're listening on radio, we'll tell you about it. Here's Porter's throw as we look at it, and it looks like, very close. It definitely slipped between his hands, and he was able to corral it with his thighs, but we'd have to slow that one down frame by frame to see if the nose of the football actually touched the turf. 3rd down and 6 after the incomplete call. Here's Porter over the middle, incomplete. That was nice defense by the West Senators. The intended receiver, I do believe, was Donahoe, and on the defense was Keegan Salem. He's a 5'9", 168-pound sophomore. So another 4th down for the Minford Falcons. They've not gone for it on 4th down yet, and it doesn't appear that this is going to be the first time. You can see personnel changing out. Now, don't rule out the notion of a fake. The ball was resting in that part of the field where we often see that occur if it is going to occur. But Ty Borland is back in punt formation, and back to return is Weston Ratcliffe. The last time Borland punted, it was a beauty, a 40-yarder that pinned West inside the 10. This one goes off the side of his foot, but he might get a bounce here. Ball rolls inside the 20 and around the 15-yard line. So even though he didn't get the distance that I'm sure he hoped for with the trajectory that he put on the ball as it came off his foot, he got a really good roll, and his 2nd straight punt will pin West inside of its own 20-yard line. The ball will be spotted at the 15, and that's where this Senator drive will begin. West turned the ball over on downs on its first possession, but the last 2 West possessions have resulted in touchdowns. It's 12-0 Senators with 1:59 left to play in the first quarter here at West High School. Both these teams 2-3 overall entering this contest. Week number 6 action. 2 receivers to each side. Braden Atkins goes in motion to the left, and he's going to take the little push pass from Hall. He goes left, cuts it back, bobs and weaves his way out across the 35-yard line, across the 40, still fighting forward across the 45-yard line to around the 46. Nice run after catch by Braden Atkins, and even though it will officially go as a push pass, he got that ball in the back. Actually, as I look at the replay, I'm going to say that's a run, Matt. It was a forward handoff. Yeah, not a push pass. So that's a carry for Braden Atkins, and it's a good one.
Out to the 46.
31 yards on that run by Atkins. Boy, having access to a replay will spoil the guy in a hurry.
I know. Now you see why the pros do so well.
Yeah. Easy when you get to see it twice. Here's Bishop up the middle, and a late flag comes in. That's thrown in the vicinity of a hold. Let's see if this run will hold up. If it does, it's going to be West football at the 46-yard line of Minford, and that will be an 8-yard pickup. But
face mask, I believe.
All right, it will be not only the yards for Bishop, but additional yardage to boot as a result of the Minford Falcon face mask. Don't want to say that fast too many times.
No, you don't. So that's to move the ball down to 33, I think?
Yep, you are correct. I'm a paid professional. Let's live dangerously. A Minford Falcon face mask.
There you go.
All right, 1st and 10.
You survived. Oh, empty.
4 wide with an wing back, and here is another reverse. It's a flea flicker. Hole going deep for Carrasco. Caught at the 10. Christian Carrasco will take it in. Touchdown, Senators.
Well, razzle dazzle.
A reverse flea flicker. 53 seconds to go in the quarter, and the Senators have stretched their lead out to 18-0. Brody Hall connects with Christian Carrasco, and that's the 2nd time we have seen those two hook up for a TD off of a flea flicker. If you recall, that occurred back in week 1 in the 30-27 victory that West enjoyed over the Fairland Dragons.
Brody Hall's having a day. 5 of 8, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns so far.
Wow.
We're still in the first quarter.
Yes, the extra point is up, and it is good.
Good for him.
Eli Blevins boots it through, and that makes it 19-0 Senators. We're back in 30 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Petersburg wishes the best to all local teams and proudly commends the hard work put forth by our local high school athletes. Halls Napa is Scioto County's oldest running, family-owned Napa Auto Parts store, and the folks at Halls appreciate all of their loyal customers. Halls Napa carries auto parts and fluids, Milwaukee power tools, wipers, batteries, jump boxes, and more. Visit Halls Napa Auto Parts at 11774 Gallia Pike Road in Petersburg, and be sure to check out Halls Napa on Facebook.
There's been a change in the score, and changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob & Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. The West Senators now have a 19-0 lead at home over the visiting Minford Falcons, and we're still in the first quarter. 53 seconds remain in this opening stanza. Here's Carrasco's kickoff. It is plucked out of the air around the 13-yard line. Some nice hands there shown by Minford's Isaiah Robertson, who then dodges a couple of would-be tacklers en route to taking the ball out across the 30-yard line to near the 35. Really good run back.
20-some yards?
They're going to spot the ball at the 34. 21 yards. Got it at the 13.
Oh, okay, yep.
So with 44.5 seconds remaining in this first quarter, the Minford Falcon offense will retake the field, trailing now by 3 scores. We'll check the scoring recap here in just a moment.
Got a quick score update.
Lay it on me.
Wheelersburg, 7. Ironton, 6.
Ooh. Let's hope that lives up to be what many are hoping it will be. Battle of the unbeaten there in the Berg. Here's a pass over the middle, caught. Tilton Rapp comes up to make initial contact, and he's helped out by a whole lot of teammates. On the receiving end was Wyatt Swick. Another good ball thrown by Maddox Porter, the 6'2", 215-pound junior, getting the start at quarterback tonight. They'll spot that football at the 40-yard line with the officials. That's a gain of 6 to bring up 2nd down and 4. Matt, while we have a moment, let's check that scoring recap by the West Senators. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery, Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. Give Nancy a call for all your real estate needs at 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Check that scoring drive by the Senators was a 2-play, 85-yard drive, capped off by a touchdown pass from Brody Hall to Chris Carrasco for 33 yards. Eli Blevins with the extra point, 19-0. Senators.
And that's going to do it for the first period of play. All West here at the end of 1. We're back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Why is Southern Ohio Medical Center Urology Associates the perfect choice for you? It starts with the expert care of board-certified urologist Dr. Stephen Willems, followed by a variety of procedures offered right in the office, which means no hospital stay and a quicker recovery. Along with general urology care, SOMC Urology Associates also offers the latest in advanced treatments for enlarged prostate, including Urolift and Aquablation, board-certified expertise and the latest procedures in prostate care. SOMC Urology Associates is the perfect choice. Call us at 740-356-4URO today.
Don't spend thousands of dollars on marketing that doesn't work. Appalachian Marketing Media can grow your business with targeted marketing strategies, tactics, and resources that actually do work. Appalachian Marketing Media sells market-friendly websites that are designed to convert traffic into clients. Appalachian Marketing Media provides superior customer service and will quickly respond to any of your website needs. With packages starting at $2,000, contact Appalachian Marketing Media on Facebook and learn more on their website.
2nd down and 4 for the Minford Falcons as the second period gets underway at the Rock. Here's a pass, far sideline, incomplete. That was intended for Carter Frazee, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. 19-0 West as we start quarter number 2. Matt, we just had some information passed our way, and you were going to confirm that. What did we find out?
Curtis Glenn is playing tonight. It is
Curtis Glenn. So we were under the impression that it was Maddox Porter playing quarterback, who is listed at number 1. Curtis Glenn is usually number 4, but we just received word that it is Curtis Glenn wearing a different jersey tonight.
Maddox Porter is out.
So Glenn now running for his life, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield. Glenn might hope that we continue to call him Porter because the alias is up now. We found him, and so did the Senator defenders for a loss of about 3 on that last play, and it's 4th down and 6. Loss of 2, we will say. So our apologies to Kurt Glenn. We had heard that he was going to be starting at quarterback, but we did not hear that there was a jersey change.
Good friend Bob Ashley over there, let me know.
4th down, and Minford will punt. Ty Borland with another boomer. This one angling toward the far sideline, and this punt actually takes a west bounce, but still a pretty solid effort there by the punter Borland as the ball hit at the 25 and then ricocheted back to the 31. And that is where this West Senator drive is going to begin, with West up 19-0 at the 11:04 mark of the second period.
So, 31-yard punt.
That looks to be the case, Matt. Ball will be placed down on the right hash mark, and the Senator offense will return to the field for what will be the 5th time tonight. This starts drive number 5. The last 3 have resulted in touchdowns. I formation with the receiver each way. Little old school look here, and the give goes to the fullback, and look at that power football there. Hop on and enjoy the ride. I believe that was Bo Roten up the middle from the fullback position, and he takes the ball out across the 35-yard line to the 37.
A gain of 6 by Bo Roten.
Boy, that was good blocking up front by that West O-line. We mentioned them earlier, and after an effort like that, they deserve to be mentioned again. Leif Potters, Carson Carver, Eli Myers, Braylon Newman, and Ben Sparks, they are the interior 5. 2nd down and 4 with the ball on the right hash mark. Back to the shotgun goes Hall. Play action. He slings it to Schonkweider left side, makes the reception, and is going to be brought down for a minimal gain. A flag goes flying. That was Mason Bailey on the stop for Minford. Now let's check the penalty. It'll be a pickup of a yard if the play should stand. The officials conferring. While they talk, the clock is stopped with 10:19 remaining in the first half. 19-0 West leads visiting Minford. And it is an illegal block in the back on West. So this will move the Senators back. For the most part tonight, Matt, the Senators have been pretty clean in terms of penalties.
Yep, this is moving back to about 28.
Yep, you are correct. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 13.
So penalties, right now, both teams, 3 penalties, 35 yards.
Wow. Dead even in that category. Trips to the right, ball on the left hash mark, 1 receiver to the left. Hall bobbled the ball, picks it up though. Kool has time, now rolls to his right, looking downfield, slinging it, and it is nearly picked off. Incomplete. Also over there, Isaiah Robertson, who nearly had the pick, and that will make it 3rd down and 13 after the incompletion. 9:59 to go. Be sure and stick around at halftime. We will bring you the Calvary Baptist halftime report presented by My Own Bible app. We'll tell you all about that, and we'll tell you about scores from other games from around the area. Plus, we'll take an extensive look at the first half stats. All that coming up during the Calvary Baptist halftime show. 3rd down and 13 here for the Senators. 4 wide, 2 each way. Hall wanting to throw, looking. Nothing there. Now he's going to roll to his right, under duress, being chased. Let's see if Hall will throw it or pull it down. He's going to run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it will be 4th and 13. Making that stop was Bryce McLaughlin, and also getting into the West backfield for Minford was Noah Wittig, a 6'1", 235-pound senior. He was certainly applying some good pressure.
Got an update from Big Game down at Spartan Stadium.
All right.
28-14 Notre Dame up on South Gaia.
Oh.
Homecoming down there tonight.
Yeah. Coach Bobby Bowman and his Titans 5-0 entering that contest there down on the river.
A couple big games coming up right now.
Good snap to the West punter, Carrasco. He boots the ball away. It is mishandled by Carter Frazee, but he picks it up and takes the ball out across the 25-yard line, and that is a really nice play by Zane Evans and Keegan Salem getting down to make the stop on the return man for the Minford Falcons. That was the first West punt of the evening. So now the Minford offense will retake the field, trailing 19-0 with 9:02 remaining in this first half at the Rock.
And that was a booming punt. It was
really
46 yards in the air. or netted 46, and then basically he only returned it 2 yards. Great coverage by Zane Evans.
Both these teams 2-3 entering the contest. Minford 1-1 in conference play. West 1-0.
He does a great job.
Here is Kurt Glenn's pass, caught over on the far sideline. Making that reception is Wyatt Swick, and he is bumped out of bounds just shy of the first down.
Ran out of bounds by Gunnar Schunkweiler.
Schunkweiler over there making the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard gain for the Minford Falcons.
I'll tell you what, I am glad it's Curtis Glenn quarterbacking, because I was like, something just seems, I mean, if Paddock's Porter's this good, I mean, but Curtis Glenn is on it tonight.
Well, until that information was relayed to us, I thought Maddox Porter was the second coming of Johnny Unitas. I'm like, where has this kid been? And, you know, but Kurt Glenn is really, really looking good tonight.
And it's not that Kurt hasn't looked good.
No,
He's looked really good. Just last week he had a little bit of an off game.
Well, and he had some Northwest defensive linemen chasing him the whole game, too.
Yes.
Here's a beautiful pass thrown once again by Curtis Glenn. And on the receiving end of this is Wyatt Swick again. And Swick's going to take the ball to the west side of the 50 before being brought down at the 49-yard line.
And that's pulling and tugging and spinning like you were talking about, not giving up on a play earlier, as you talked about with Anthony Bishop. Wyatt Swick doing the exact same, just fighting for that extra yardage.
The Minford receivers are just finding holes in the West defensive secondary and sitting down, little curl routes, little hitches, and Glenn is doing a great job putting the ball right where it needs to be.
And when Glenn has time to throw and set his feet, man, he can swing it, or he can definitely fling it.
He's got trips left side, looks for Swick on the slant, and that pass a little too tall and too far out in front of him. Incomplete. Tilton Rapp was on the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. There's a nice little job there by Curtis Glenn doing a little pump fake to try to get the defenders to relocate, but to West's credit, that secondary stayed right where it needed to be on those Minford receivers. Looking ahead for the Minford Falcons, next week they will visit Waverly, and then they finish up with 3 straight home games against Meigs, Wheelersburg, and Valley. Here's Glenn to throw on 2nd down and 10, rolls to his left, looks. He is going to tuck it, he is going to go, and he is going to go out of bounds a few yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down coming up for West. I believe that was Keegan Salem coming up from the secondary to force the Minford QB out of bounds a yard shy of the first. Gain of 9 on the play to the 40-yard line of the Senators. With that, Minford moves into West territory. 3rd down and 1. Speaking of territory, I don't think we've seen a ball snapped within the red zone tonight. And that's kind of odd. All the touchdowns that we have seen West score have been from a pretty far distance, but all of them, of course, have gone right through the Quality Heating and Air red zone. Quality Heating and Air can be found on Route 52 in Sugar Grove, just down the road from West High School. 3rd down and 1. Glenn going to throw for it, and his pass is incomplete. Gunnar Schockweiler comes up to ensure that Swick could not make that reception. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
I tell you what, Swick's been a favorite target tonight.
Yes, he has.
Rightfully so. 5 catches, 49 yards. I imagine this might be one of those designated runs.
Brings up a 4th down and short.
You're thinking a design quarterback keeper from Curtis Glenn, huh?
That's what I would be thinking.
Well, let's see if Coach Jordan Michael's thinking the same. Trips to the right side of the formation, ball on the left hash mark, stand-up tight end, and a slot receiver to the left, and you are right, and let's see if Glenn can get it. He can. Boy, West knew it as well, and they did a good job defending that, did the Senators, but that was a great individual effort by Kurt Glenn, who was able to lower his pad level and slide in between a couple of West defenders and lunge forward to get the first down to the 38-yard line. Nice play by Glenn.
Really good job by Glenn getting low and just driving the whole way.
You know, we've talked about Curtis Glenn so much over the last couple years playing football and basketball. He quarterbacked the Minford Falcons in 9 of their 10 games last season and took a lot of hits and kept getting up every time. Was on the basketball team this past year. Went to the Final Four, was a 6th man. He's going to sling one down the field for Donahoe, incomplete. Salem on the coverage for the West Senators. It will be 2nd down and 10. No laundry on the field. That's clean. So 2nd down coming up for Minford. But I think the story that I'm always going to remember regarding Kurt Glenn, I'll take this one with me forever, is the fact that he was boxing during Minford's basketball tournament run last season. I know we just talked about that last week when Minford was playing at Northwest, but for the West listeners and viewers who didn't hear that conversation. They had that boxing event out at Minford, and Coach Josh Shoemaker, he said anybody else, any of his other basketball players, he would not allow to box during a basketball tournament run. But Kirk Glenn, little special case. On second down and 10, Glenn stepping up in the pocket, hit, and he's going to be brought down, I think. A hit that came in very, very late there. And here comes the flag. I knew that had to be flagged. And now there's a little skirmish taking place afterwards. And that was so late, I wonder if the defender didn't realize that his knee was touched.
And that's why Glenn kind of got up like he was going to run.
We're going to check the Kool TV replay, which is available to us here in the press box at the Rock. Glenn stepped up, was hit, brought down.
See, you can't really tell if he
you know what?
Glenn got up, it looked like he was running.
That might not have been as dirty of a play by that Minford defender that some West fans might think that it might have been, because it really looked like Glenn might have rolled over on top of the defender. We'd have to have a different angle of it, but maybe he didn't touch the ground. So the officials are talking it over. I wonder if there's a chance they might pick this up, because they have not moved the football yet.
Well, they may end up calling offsetting penalties, because what happened, they may have gotten the first initial call for a late hit, but then what happened with Minford retaliated after that hit. I mean, granted, you're sticking up for your quarterback, but when that happened, you're probably going to end up getting a offsetting flags, I have a feeling.
Yeah. You know, this is the first time that you and I have had the opportunity to work as extensively with Kool TV as what we are tonight. We were at that Portsmouth Unioto game to kick off the season back on that Thursday night in week 1, and we were there helping with stats, but this is the first time that you and I have been on the call for one, and to have this replay, it is a game changer. It truly is. And for those watching the video stream tonight on Kool TV, I'm sure they're enjoying it as well. But I bring it up because it just, again, reiterates a point that I think a lot of people do not give enough consideration to, and that's how difficult it is for the officials out there at these high school football games. They don't get the luxury of seeing a play a second time. They get one go at it, and sometimes you can watch something and it happens so fast in your mind and in your heart, you think you saw it one way, and then all of a sudden you see that replay and you're like, you know what? Maybe the knee didn't touch. Maybe the ball did hit the ground.
And what you're probably going to see out of this, too, which is very interesting, is, like you said, what I love is they all came together. All the officials came together and made the call. They didn't sit back and like, oh, well, let's, like they immediately threw the call and everybody kind of looked like, no, come together. That's why you have those meetings. I'd rather them come together, get the call right, and be on a united front than basically one guy make a call and not get back up.
And the call that was made was a 15-yard penalty on West, so that moves the ball down to the 23-yard line of the Senators. Here's Glenn out of the gun, looking, steps up into the pocket. A flag goes flying. Glenn somehow breaks free over on the far sideline and goes out of bounds, and it looks like he's got enough yardage for the first down. Nope, he's going to be marked a yard short. But let's check the penalty resting around the line of scrimmage a little bit in the backfield. That's thrown in the vicinity that you often see a hold, and it's actually an illegal block in the back. So an illegal block, however you look at it, on Minford, so that's going to negate a 9-yard pickup by quarterback Curtis Glenn.
Now bump back to the 33. But now I can kind of see it. Where we're out in the press box, I have a big wall right next to me. And I'm anything about 25 yards in, which I love having this TV screen, because then I just look over and I watch the game right here.
You don't put baby in the corner, but it's all right to stick Matt Payton over there, right?
It happens sometimes. Sometimes you have to kind of bite.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Take one for the team.
Going to be 1st and 20 after the penalty. Pump fake, Glenn patting that football like a misbehaving baby. Now he rolls out to the right, looking, firing for the end zone for Swick. Incomplete, and flags back where Glenn was hit.
There's a little shoving going on, too.
2 flags down.
As the count, would be really excited if another one comes out.
Penalty is on Minford.
Back her up, boys.
Was that a crack back block? Is that what that call was?
Illegal blindside block.
An illegal blindside block.
Will go against the Falcons.
So this will be like 1st and 40 now?
First and 35 anyway. Close to. Let's see. They're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line. They've got to get to the 14.
Yep. So 1st and 35, Chuck.
Yeah. Boy, back in the day, crackback blocks were legal, and
they were fun to watch.
Not when you were the one getting crackback blocked, which happened to me a few times.
Well, I mean,
kind of stunk.
I watched punt returns get busted up for touchdowns, and we always, every week, it was the highlight, who got the crackback of the week.
It was the fireworks sound effects, the oohs and the ahs. Here's a little swing pass, left side, and that is incomplete. And that's a good thing for Minford that it was, because the pass was intended for Mason Bradley, and if he would have made that reception, then he was going to be gobbled up in the backfield by Tilton Rapp, I believe it was.
Now, here's what's nice. They set up a screen pass. Could set up for a fake screen a couple plays later, or maybe later in the game. But big thing for Minford is trying to get some chunk plays back here. You have 2 plays to get a little bit back into it.
I said Tilton Rapp. That might have been Bo Roten defending that last play.
I think it was Bo.
So 2nd down and 35. Here's Glenn out of the gun, rolls to his left, squares up, fires down the far sideline. Incomplete. Nice coverage by the Senators on that play, or was there? There's a flag down. Gunnar Schunkwater was on the coverage, and maybe the official saw contact kind of early on in the route, which was run by Wyatt Swick.
So that's to be...
Now, pass interference is not an automatic first down at the high school level. It's a 15-yard penalty. So this is certainly going to aid the cause of the Minford Falcons, but it will not be a first down.
So they're going to repeat the down.
Again, at the end of that play, I thought it looked pretty clean, but there might have been a bump occur earlier in the route, which I did not see.
A little bit of chicken fighting going on. So now it's be 2nd and 20.
You know, we talk about that with basketball all the time. Often people see 2 players down the post high point the ball, and a foul gets called, and they're not watching what's going on down around the knees and the ankles when they're kicking each other.
And usually that's where you're like, hey, you can get away with a little bit of stuff.
Yep. That happens early on in a pass route in football, too. Here's Glenn over the middle.
Wow.
Man, he put the mustard on that ball. It got through the hands of the receiver, but was then picked off a little further downfield. Making the interception is freshman Weston Radcliffe, and a good interception that was by Radcliffe. Great catch as he dives and goes to the ground, maintains possession. It will be Senator ball after forcing the turnover. This West drive is going to begin at the Senators' own 10-yard line with 6:24 left to play before halftime, and it's 19-0 game with West out in front.
I tell you what, that had some mustard on it.
Sure did.
I thought it was about to be caught. Like, it looked like it just went in and out of the hands barely. Man, what a throw. Even better play by Weston Ratcliffe. So 1st and 10 for this high-powered West offense right now.
Brody Hall in the gun. West had to punt the last time it was out there. Only the first punt of the game. Beautiful pass, far side intended for Barnes, and it's caught. Barnes did a great job making the reception, and then stumbled forward for a few extra yards all the way out to the 44-yard line. That's a 34-yard pitch and catch. First down, Senators. Good ball thrown by Brody Hall.
Chuck, this is actually looking like a pretty good game for the West Senators offense.
It really, really is. And bear in mind that West is in Division 6, and the Senators enter this game 12th in their region. The final playoff spot West would be in right now if the season ended. Of course, we got a whole lot more football to play. Here's a give up the middle, and nice blocking again by that Senator offensive line. I believe that was Bishop, if I'm not mistaken, on the carry.
I believe so.
Yes, and Bishop takes the ball into Minford territory before being dropped at the 48-yard line. It's good for a gain of 8 to bring up 2nd down and 2. 5.5 minutes left to play in this second quarter at the Rock.
By the way, Bryce McLaughlin.
How many tackles does he have now?
6 now. I think I missed one. He actually probably has 7. He's everywhere. Like, literally every play I've seen him, he's in the area.
I formation for the Senators. Hall, pitch to Bishop, hit in the backfield and drop. Did the ball come loose there? No.
Marty Sparks.
Boy, that was a nice play by Marty Sparks. You mentioned McLaughlin. We talked a little bit about this earlier in the broadcast, Matt. McLaughlin had 13 tackles last week in the loss at Northwest. Well, so did Marty Sparks. Those are 2 very solid linebackers. They really get after it.
And they play middle linebacker, too.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a holding call there. So that's a big call.
A rare miscue for the Senators. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And that's going to move the ball back to the 48-yard line. So that one must have occurred pretty far downfield. Going to be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So
it was well ahead of the run. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in quarter number 2. A 19-0 West lead. Senators with the ball. 3rd down and 6 ball near the left hash mark. Hall play action. Going to throw. Pass caught by Schunkweiler near side. Little jump cut back to the middle of the field. Makes another juke. Stutter steps around the 35-yard line and will finally be brought down by a swarm of Falcons. But not before he gets the ball down to the 34. That was a really nice throw by Hall and a nice run after catch by Gunnar Schunkweiler. They're actually going to spot him at the 33-yard line.
And actually, I got that confused. They actually declined that penalty. That was 3rd down.
They declined the penalty.
Now they should have maybe gone back and be like, yeah, maybe should take that.
No do-over now.
So
the 19-yard pickup, wasn't it?
Yeah, 19-yard pickup for Gunnar Schunkweiler.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and Bishop will take the handoff from Hall. And Bishop will spin around and back his way inside of the 30-yard line to the 29. That's a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd down and 6 for the Senators as we approach the 4-minute mark here at the Rock in this first half. West scored all 19 of this game's points in the first quarter. We haven't seen a point scored by either side yet here in the second period, but West is driving.
2nd down, Senators.
So Glenn gets in there on the tackle a little bit with McLaughlin.
Ball remains on the left hash mark. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Braden Atkins motions to the near side. That's the left. Hall will take the snap out of the gun, gives to Bishop. Room left side, no check that.
Oh, no.
That is Ratcliffe, the freshman, and Ratcliffe maintains his balance and takes it into the end zone for a 29-yard touchdown. Weston Ratcliffe.
But there's a flag.
Coming back. A holding penalty on the Senators. So those 6 will come off the board, and we will replay 2nd down. I bet you that Minford doesn't decline that penalty.
I don't think they will. But
Boy, what a run.
I don't even know if you maybe needed to hold on that one. If anything, maybe on the receiver. I didn't see anything on the inside.
It was a great finish to that run, too, by Weston Ratcliffe.
So that penalty is going to bump him back to...
all the way back to the 39-yard line, Matt.
So that happened right on the line of scrimmage.
Going to be 2nd down and 15. So West in the huddle. The Senators come to the line of scrimmage. Barnes is split out wide to the left. Atkins and Schunkweiler wide to the right. Carrasco is lined up as a wing to the left. Pistol formation. Hall, the quarterback, play action as he fakes the handoff to Bishop. Hall now rolls to his left, looks, fires downfield, out of bounds, incomplete. Atkins was the intended recipient, but there were Falcon defensive backs all around him, so that was a really good throwaway there by Brody Hall. West lives to play another down. It will be 3rd and 15 coming up.
Smart play there. Lived to fight the other day.
Especially up 19-0 with your defense playing really, really good. No need to take any unnecessary chances.
Nope.
Zane Evans checks into the West lineup, replacing Micah Barnes. 2 receivers, I would presume, running in the play. Evans is going to line up to the right, along with a wing. 2 receivers to the left. Atkins is one of them. He comes in motion to the far side, takes the handoff, looks for some room right side, and won't find much. He gets to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4 to the 35.
Yep.
And that's going to make it 4th down and 12.
Braden Atkins getting involved on the run game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's now got 3 carries for 51 yards.
3 minutes left before halftime. Again, we invite you to stay with us at the break for the Calvary Baptist halftime show presented by My Own Bible app. First half stats and scores from other games coming your way. 4th and 12, Senators going for it. Atkins motions to the near side. Hall out of the gun, takes a snap, looking left. Now flushed to his right on the run. He will fire deep downfield toward the end zone, incomplete. Broken up by Carter Frazee. And what a nice job there by Frazee, having the wherewithal to bat that ball out of bounds instead of going for the interception. We see so many defensive backs in situations like that where it's 4th down. It's just a natural reaction. If you have an opportunity to pick a ball off, you want to intercept it. But in that particular case, he could have maybe caught that ball around the 1 or 2 yard line, gone out of bounds. Yes, Minford would have had possession, but they would have been starting there. Now, because of the turnover on downs, they get the ball where the ball was snapped, and that will be the 35-yard line.
Say that again? I'm kidding. You explained that exactly perfect. Smart play there Like you said, very smart play.
First down and 10 for the Falcons, who are on the trailing end of a 19-0 score with 2:38 left to play before these teams retreat to their respective locker rooms. Two receivers to the short side of the field. That's the right. A wing and a receiver to the right. Curtis Glenn takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, dances around, looking. Now he's got some time as he sprints to his right. Throwing on the run. He'll loft toward Donahoe, who makes a beautiful reception. Colt Donahoe with the catch as he's sprinting hard out of bounds, and he will be spotted at the 49-yard line, and that will stop the clock with 2:28 left to play before halftime. They're actually going to bring the ball back to the 48, but still a nice pickup of 13 yards. You know, Donahoe, he looks pretty big when you see him in his football uniform, but you can't appreciate his size unless you've seen him on the basketball court. He is 6'4", 190 pounds, and there's not an ounce of fat on that dude, and that bro does some curls.
Oh, he's
is toned up.
He is a load.
Trips to the left side. Ball on the right hash mark. Glenn takes a snap. Pressure coming, and Glenn is not going to get the pass away. He's going to be sacked back inside of the 45-yard line. And let's see, leading the way for the Senators, Austin Ramsey, the 6'1", 230-pound junior. Loss of 5 on the play. It will be 3rd and 15. 2nd and 15, I beg your pardon.
Awesome Ramsey.
Nice play by Ramsey. 2 minutes left to play before halftime. And Minford not in a big hurry here. The Falcons would love to go down and get some points on the board prior to halftime, but if they do that, they'd like to basically take the final shot of the quarter and not give that West offense another opportunity. And we are going to have a TO. This one taken by Coach Jordan Michael of the Falcons. Will step away as well. 1:41 left in the first half. 19-0. The West Senators lead visiting Minford. We're back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Pop, candy, bread, milk, or fertilizer. They've even got an ATM for fast cash. Starting at 11 o'clock, enjoy delicious homemade pizza cooked to order. And remember, the BP Convenience Store will also deliver your home heating, fuel, and kerosene. Your one-stop shop for everything is the BP Convenience Store, Route 140 in Slocum, where it's good and green, both sides of the street.
Back to play at the Rock. 2nd down and 15 for Minford. Glenn out of the gun, avoids a couple of would-be West tacklers. Glenn looking for some room left side. He'll pick up some nice yardage as he takes the ball into Senator territory before being driven out of bounds at the 47-yard line. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. Trey Collier of Kool TV also with us tonight, as this game is not only being aired on Classic Rock 107.5, but video streamed on Kool TV. It is 19-0. The West Senators lead the visiting Minford Falcons. It will be 3rd down and 7 for the Falcons after that 8-yard scramble moments ago by Curtis Glenn. We've got 1:28 left to play before halftime. Checking the timeout situation, West has all 3, and Minford, after burning their first few moments ago, still with 2. Ball on the left hash mark, a receiver to each side. Glenn out of the gun, firing, back across the body, left side, incomplete. Coverage by Gunnar Schonkweiler. He was there stride for stride with the intended receiver. 4th down coming up now for the Falcons. And with Minford on the trailing end of a 19-0 score, what will they do? That was Wyatt Swick, the intended receiver for Minford. Looks like the offense is staying out there, Matt.
Yep.
Could see a quick click.
Could be a quick kick. Or
quick
maybe
kick.
I would try to do something with I would try to get Glenn rolling to his right and see if I can get like a flood concept going on.
That would be the wide side of the field with the ball on the left hash mark. Trips are lined up that direction, actually 5 wide. A flag goes flying right as the ball is snapped. Glenn looking around, pressure coming from the backside, and he is hit just as he threw. And some of the West fans were hoping that was a fumble, but they're going to rule incomplete, are the officials. But let's check the penalty now. 1:13 left to play before halftime. It's an illegal shift on Minford. I'm sure West will decline that, and the Senators will take the ball over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. So we have seen West in this situation time and time again, and it doesn't seem to matter whether it's a tight game, whether it's a Big West lead, whether the Senators are trailing. They are not content just to run the clock out and get to the locker room. You know that Coach Todd Gilliland's going to try something here.
Yep, and last time we saw this, did that wide receiver reverse pass.
Yep.
But they've already pulled that hat out.
We've already seen the flea flicker tonight.
We've seen that rabbit pulled out of the hat.
So what can he dial up here? Coach G in his 5th season as head coach of the West Senators. 4 wide for West. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the right hash mark. Brody Hall in the gun. I believe that is Bishop lined up in the backfield to his left. Hall awaiting the snap. He'll take it. Looks, fires quickly to the right, and that pass is incomplete. The receiver tried to run before securing the catch. Incomplete. It will be 2nd down and 10. That stops the clock with 69 seconds left before halftime.
Man, a nice route. I mean, right there to get out of bounds, but just Sonkweiler a little bit too fast.
Yep, he was thinking about getting out of bounds to stop the clock and was unable to secure the catch.
So 2nd down. How much time we got?
1 minute and 9 seconds. That was Sonkweiler on that coverage a few moments ago, though, that forced the incompletion on 4th down, giving West the ball back. Here is Hall to throw on 2nd and 10. Swings it out to Barnes, left side. Barnes takes the ball into Minford territory and wisely goes out of bounds. There to ensure that he didn't proceed any further downfield was Trenton Scaff, a 6'2", 180-pound senior. First time we've mentioned his name tonight. And he closed a lot of ground quickly to make sure that West was unable to convert that 1st down. A gain of 7. It's 3rd down and a short 3.
So, by the way, Brody Hall, he's already over 200 yards passing.
Wow. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. That's Evans. And this is a design quarterback run. Hall's going to tuck it. He's going to go, and he's going to get out of bounds to stop the clock and move the chains. Gets to around the 40. Nice play. Still 58.5 seconds left in this first half with West up 19-0. Great job by the Senators here, utilizing the clock to perfection. And whether or not that this is really needed in this particular game, we still got a long ways to go, though, before this game is through. But the practice that West is getting at this 2-minute drill here tonight, that could certainly come in very handy later in the year. 1st and 10 for the Senators. Hall going to throw out of the gun. Pass caught, and the receiver immediately steps out of bounds after making the reception. That is Braden Atkins, and he will go out of bounds to the 33-yard line. Gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, Senators.
So nice job by Braden Atkins. His 2nd catch of the night.
Of course, he's had several big runs in this contest.
The one that's been kind of surprised tonight, Micah Barnes has 3 catches for 50 yards.
Matt, we watch so many teams at every level attempt to hurry up offense, and sometimes they just look horrendous doing it. To see a high school team run the 2-minute drill this successfully, it is very refreshing. Here is Hall being pressured under duress. He will run to his right and just throw the ball away. Zach Evans was the nearest receiver to that pass. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And honestly, that's what is the refreshing part, is they seem so calm and collected.
Yep.
That goes to kind of the coaching staff for having them ready to go and just, take your time. Don't rush. Don't get a panic.
As we talked earlier on, West could easily be 4-1 entering this game. 3rd down and 3. Tight splits, I formation. Give goes to the deep back Bishop, and Bishop picks his way for a 1st down, still on his feet and fighting for room right side. He will get the ball near the 25-yard line. That'll move the sticks. They'll spot him at the 26. That's going to go for a gain of 7, and the Senators will take their first timeout of the half. 19-0 West with 40.2 seconds remaining in the 2nd period. Timeout on the field. We're back in 60 seconds on the Breeze.
If you're looking for a sharp used vehicle, give Kohl's a call. Kohl's Auto Sales in West Portsmouth offers a great selection of vehicles that are easy on gas, easy on the eyes, and easy on the wallet. So give Kohl's a call. Kohl's offers financing. Bad credit, no problem. All you need is proof of income and a down payment. You can apply for pre-approval by visiting Kohl's Auto Sales on Facebook. Give Kohl's a call at 740-357-6009. and visit their new and larger location at 16127 US 52 in West Portsmouth.
Your tire store shouldn't remind you of a three-ring circus, so head to a dealer who's serious about quality. Michelin offers the most fuel-efficient line of tires on the road and provides exceptional, long-lasting performance. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Forget the circus. See the tire experts.
See Bob and Floyd's Tire Sales at the corner of routes 23 South at 52 West on Chillicothe Street, Portsmouth.
Category testing based on SAE J1269 rolling resistance industry practice.
Back to play. 1st and 10 for the Senators at the 26-yard line of Minford. West leads 19-0 with right around 40 seconds left to play in the half. The ball is batted around. It is picked off. That was not the original defender who touched the ball first to get the pick. That was off the ricochet, it looked like. It was Sam Patrick, the 5'10", 175-pound freshman, making the interception. And let's check the Kool TV replay. Hall went back, tried to set up a screen. The ball was tipped, batted around, and then intercepted. Originally, it was Marty Sparks who got his hands on the football, but then Sam Patrick is able to make the interception. It will be Falcon football at the 26-yard line going the other way with 33.3 seconds left. And that should certainly inspire Minford. Nice play.
1st and 10 Falcons.
5 wide. Let's see what Coach Jordan Michael comes up with here in the waning moments of this first half. Glenn steps up into the pocket. He's got some room to run, but boy, that closes in a hurry. Is coming up to make a nice stop over there at the numbers on the far side of the field is West defender Zach Evans. And for a moment, it looked like Glenn had some room, but he's limited to a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and 7, and the ball is put on the ground. Glenn is going to pick it up, try to. It's still loose, and then finally a Falcon is able to fall upon it. It was Glenn who got on that ball to avoid the turnover, and that is how your first half is going to end. That fumble recovery, a Hope Source recovery. Start your recovery today by phoning Hope Source at 740-353-HOPE. We have made it to the turn, and the West Senators on homecoming night enjoy a 19-0 lead at the Rock over the visiting Minford Falcons. Halftime report coming your way next. You're listening to high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 4 minutes.
Your local groceries, the Minford IGA and Westside IGA, as well as Westside Hardware. At the Minford and Westside IGAs, you'll find full-service delis with fresh-cut Angus beef and daily lunch specials. The Westside IGA offers up an incredible 18-inch pizza special, which provides a 2-topping 18-inch pizza, a bag of chips, and a 2-liter, all for just $19.99. Right beside the Westside IGA is Westside Hardware. They've got all kinds of tools and fasteners, as well as an extensive amount of items pertaining to automotive, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air. The Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware open 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Megan Martin, Banking Center Manager at First State Bank. At First State Bank, we believe that when we build up our customers, our communities, and each other, we can make a lifelong difference. When you bank with us, you're supporting the local coffee shop down the street, a young couple's first home, and the community you live in. Stop in at our Portsmouth Banking Center or visit our website at fsb4me.com. That's FSB, the number 4me.com. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jay Hash with Hope Source. Hope Source helps individuals and families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. We offer a full array of high-quality mental health and addiction treatment services to meet the individual needs of every person we serve. In every interaction, we provide the care we would expect for our closest friends or loved ones. No matter your situation, there is hope. For information, check out our website at hopesourcetreatment.com. Find us on Facebook or call 740-353-HOPE.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Rooter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance.
A remodel can be exciting like a walk down the red carpet, or it can be exciting like a stroll over hot coals. If you're going to do a remodel, do it right. Consult with a Waypoint Living Spaces dealer designer. They will work with you to determine your style and deliver exactly what you had in mind. On time, on budget, easy.
Tri-State Kitchens at 8516 Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg is your local Waypoint dealer. Phone 740-574-2802. Since 1964, Little Septic Service in Wheelersburg has been dedicated to providing dependable septic service. Little serves Pike, Scioto, and all surrounding counties. Besides installing septic systems and cleaning out septic tanks, Little's does septic system renewal permit inspections. So when you receive a letter from your local health department telling you it's renewal time, just call Little Septic Service at 740-574-2033. From little problems to major issues, you can depend on Little Septic Service.
SOMC is proud to introduce the redesigned practice of the SOMC Orthopedic Associates. The improvements integrate orthopedic surgery, physical medicine and rehabilitation, and podiatry into a single comprehensive office. These key specialties work together to deliver coordinated, patient-centered care. By streamlining services, SOMC aims to enhance communication among providers. Comprehensive care for a body in motion. Call 740-356-1709 to schedule an appointment.
Down on Route 52, just west of town, there's a little place where the word gets around. Quality Heating Air's got your back. For sales and service, they're right on track. I see out in Portsmouth, they're the name to trust. When the air goes down, they'll lift you up.
Call Quality Heating and Air at 740-858-4363. We are at halftime on homecoming night at the Rock, where the West Senators have a 19-0 lead over the Minford Falcons. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton, welcoming you to the My Own Bible App halftime show, brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth. While making great efforts to reach the world with the gospel, Calvary Baptist Church and My Own Bible seek to support all the athletes and families of Southern Ohio. You are invited to be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church this Sunday. My Own Bible exists to bring the Word of God to the world. With the Bible in over 30 languages, this mission is being accomplished. If you are looking for a Bible app, a daily devotional, or a Bible reading plan, My Own Bible can help. On the My Own Bible platform, you can search and share Scripture with just a touch of your screen. Download My Own Bible today for your computer, app, or Android device, and discover the many Bible helps available to you. From devotional and Bible reading plans to commentaries and Bible helps resources, My Own Bible is a powerful tool for the gospel of Jesus Christ. For more information about Calvary Baptist Church or My Own Bible, visit becauseofcalvary.com. That's becauseofcalvary.com. In college football tomorrow, the top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes will have their first road test of the season. They will travel cross-country to Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies, now a Big Ten foe. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff Eastern time, and you'll be able to hear that contest on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM with coverage beginning at 2 o'clock. Buckeyes on the road for the first time this year, Matt. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, some people are picking it to be really close. And I listened to Ryan Day's press conference, and he said, he kind of made it sound like he wanted to play it like the Texas game. I want to see him let Julian Sayin just go. Just let him take the wheels off, let him go. I think Buckeyes win. I think they cover the spread. I think last time they went out to Washington, there was a lot of talk, like, it's going to be a rough one. It's traveling West Coast. Ohio State rolled last time we went out there. So I have a feeling we might see a little bit of the same thing.
And the Bucs are coming off of a bye week. Elsewhere tomorrow, as far as regional college football teams are concerned, the Kentucky Wildcats will play at South Carolina. That's a 7:45 kickoff. The Marshall Thundering Herd will visit Louisiana at 8 o'clock. The UC Bearcats will have a noon affair at Kansas. The OU Bobcats will host Bowling Green tomorrow at noon. Miami of Ohio will host Lindenwood tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. And Akron will play at Toledo tomorrow afternoon at 3:30. There are 4 games that pit top 25 teams against one another tomorrow. Number 21 USC will play at number 23 Illinois at noon. 4th-ranked LSU will visit 13th-ranked Ole Miss at 3:30. Number 6 Oregon will play at number 3 Penn State tomorrow evening at 7:30. That's good. And also at 7:30 7:30 tomorrow evening. Number 17 Alabama will visit number 5 Georgia. That just sounds good.
Are you gonna have the 2 TV set up?
There might be one recorded while watching another one live, but tomorrow should be a good day for college football. There's actually a couple of top 25 teams in action tonight. 8th-ranked Florida State is at Virginia, and number 24 TCU will play at Arizona State a little later tonight. In the NFL last night, the Seahawks defeated the Cardinals 23-20. The Browns will visit the Detroit Lions Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Bengals will play the Monday night game this weekend at Denver. Let's hope Cincinnati's dismal performance last week was a one-off. The NASCAR Cup Series will race at Kansas Speedway Sunday. The green flag will fly there at 3 o'clock. And Saturday in MLS soccer, the Columbus Crew will visit Chicago at 8:30, while FC Cincinnati will be in action Sunday evening hosting Orlando City. So that's what's going on with some national sports of interest. Now let's check some high school football scores from elsewhere around the area here at the Turn. It is West leading Minford 19-0. Wheelersburg and Ironton. Well, so far, it has lived up to the billing. The reigning Division V state champion Ironton Fighting Tigers have a 9-7 lead over the Wheelersburg Pirates at halftime. The Portsmouth Trojans are taking care of business at home against the Chesapeake Panthers. It's 28-0 there. Valley has a 7-6 lead over Northwest. Notre Dame is up on South Gallia, 28-22. Eastern Pike leads East 42-0. Fairland has a 13-8 advantage over South Point. Colgrove is up on the Gallia Academy 18-7. Sims Valley leads Green 49-6. Jackson is up on Hillsboro 28-14. Piketon is shutting out Paint Valley 29-0. Rock Hill trails Purcell Marion 20-13, and Ashland leads Greenup County 21-7. Those are the scores we have to report at the moment. Again, our halftime score, it's West 19, Minford nothing. Stay with us. We'll be checking the first half stats when we return. You are listening to the My Own Bible App halftime show, brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. We're back in 4 minutes.
The Counseling Center is the region's leader in youth and adolescent counseling and play therapy services. TCC plays a large role in substance abuse prevention services for area youth, providing more than 4,000 prevention services for area school-age children each year. In operation since 1981, the Counseling Center is the region's leader in behavioral health care, providing everything from substance abuse prevention and recovery to mental health counseling, primary care, vocational development, and job placement services. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org. High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies. At Clark's Pump and Shop, you'll find fantastic food, hot coffee, cold beverages, and drive-through convenience. Pay at the pump, always clean and courteous.
Thank you.
Download the Clark's app to get signed up for the Clark's Loyalty Rewards program. Earn points with every purchase to redeem cents off gas or free products within the store. Visit the Clark's Pump and Shop nearest you. Locations in Scioto, Pike, Lawrence, Jackson, Greenup, Lewis, and Boyd counties. Look for Clark's Marathon and Arco stations. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
We at Swick Bentley Funeral Home want to help you celebrate the life that inspired you. Whether you have lost a loved one or want to pre-plan your own services, we are here to help. We can help you plan traditional burial or a cremation service, and our staff will work to ease the burden a loss leaves. We may be reached by phone at 740-456-4133 or email at info@sbentleyfh.com. And to all our local athletes, play hard and stay safe.
The deals are hot at Valerie Ford. Over 100 vehicles in stock and ready to roll. Get lifetime powertrain coverage. Take advantage of low financing rates and no payments for 90 days. Why wait? All roads lead to Valerie Ford because you deserve the deal that goes the distance. But don't blink. These offers won't last. Now is the time. The car, the overage, the savings. It's all waiting for you at Valerie Ford in Waverly. Or visit online at ValerieFord.com.
Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical. Halls, Napa, and Wheelersburg wishes the best to all local teams and proudly commends the hard work put forth by our local high school athletes. Halls Napa is Scioto County's oldest running, family-owned Napa Auto Parts store, and the folks at Halls appreciate all of their loyal customers. Halls Napa carries auto parts and fluids, Milwaukee power tools, wipers, batteries, jump boxes, and more. Visit Halls Napa Auto Parts at 11774 Gallia Pike Road in Wheelersburg, and be sure to check out Halls Napa on Facebook.
At halftime, the West Senators lead the Minford Falcons 19-0. This is the My Own Bible halftime show brought to you by Calvary Baptist Church. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton. It's been a busy, busy week for high school sports, as you can imagine. That is not out of the norm at this time of year. Recapping what's gone on in this past week, looking back to Saturday in girls high school volleyball, Wheelersburg fell to Circleville 2-1, and Waverly knocked off Hillsboro in 3 games. In boys soccer last Saturday, it was South Webster over Lynchburg Clay 1-0. Minford doubled up on Boyd County 2-1, and the Gallia Academy prevailed over Ironton 2-0. In girls soccer Saturday, Fairfield defeated Wheelersburg 6-5. Minford and Boyd County played to a 2-all tie. Eastern Brown was triumphant over Valley 3-1, and the Gallia Academy defeated Ironton 1-0. Monday in girls high school volleyball, Piketon was a winner over Eastern Pike in 4 games. The Gallia Academy defeated Jackson in 3. Minford prevailed over Portsmouth in 3. Chesapeake ousted Oak Hill in 3. Clay was triumphant over South Gallia in 4. Notre Dame knocked off North Adams in 3 games, and South Point defeated Sims Valley in 3. In boys soccer on Monday, Valley was victorious over Ironton St. Joe 1-0. There was a lot of girls high school volleyball played on Tuesday. Waverly was a winner over South Webster in 3. Southeastern Ross prevailed over Piketon in 3. Miami Trace took down Jackson in 3. Wheelersburg was a winner over Valley in 3 games. Minford defeated West in 4. Oak Hill topped Western Pike. That went a full 5 games. Eastern Pike bested South Gallia in 3 games. Notre Dame knocked off East in 3. Chesapeake prevailed over Portsmouth in 3. South Point was victorious over Rock Hill in 3. And Gallia Academy got a win over Fairland in 3 games. Tuesday in boys soccer, Wheelersburg defeated Waverly 11-0. South Webster shut out Minford 6-0. Northwest knocked off West 6-0. Clay down New Boston 3-2. Chesapeake topped Portsmouth 4-1. Jackson defeated Miami Trace 3-0. South Point was victorious over Rock Hill 9-0. And the Gallia Academy knocked off Fairland 7-2. In girls high school soccer on Tuesday, Miami Trace defeated Jackson 5-0. Wheelersburg topped Waverly 11-0. Minford was a 1-0 winner over Valley. Rock Hill was triumphant over South Point 6-0. And the Gallia Academy and Fairland girls soccer teams played to a 1-all tie on Tuesday. In Wednesday's girls volleyball scores, Notre Dame knocked off New Boston in 3 games. Clay prevailed over Ironton St. Joe in 3, and River Valley was a winner over Rock Hill in 4. Yesterday in high school football, there was one varsity game played. Oak Hill defeated Waverly 13-12. In girls high school volleyball yesterday, Waverly was victorious over Valley in 3. Wheelersburg knocked off West in 3. South Webster prevailed over Minford in 4. Eastern Pike ousted Northwest in 3. Oak Hill downed Sims Valley in 3 games, and Chesapeake was a winner over Fairland in 3. Yesterday in boys soccer, Jackson knocked off Greenfield McLean 9-1, and Wheelersburg was triumphant over Ashland 3-1. Yesterday in girls soccer, Valley topped North Adams 3-1. Jackson and Greenfield McLean played to a 1-all tie, and also tying at 1 yesterday were Minford and Athens. And that is your recap in high school sports. Another big high school sports to do, which took place this past week, was the Ohio High School Athletic Association released its first official football computer rankings. In Division 5 Region 19, Wheelersburg is first. Ironton is second. Those two locked in a tight battle at Ed Miller Pirate Stadium, 9-7 Ironton at the half. You can hear that on Mix 99.3. We don't want you to leave us, but we understand if you want to flip over and check a score every now and again. Just, come back.
Come back.
Remember us. Northwest is 10th, Valley is 11th, Cold Grove is 12th, Portsmouth comes in at number 14, and Piketon is 16th. In Division 5, Region 24, Rock Hill is 3rd, and the West Senators are 12th. In Division 7, Region 28, Notre Dame is 3rd, and Eastern Pike is 4th, and the Jackson Ironmen are 12th in Division 3, Region 12. Bear in mind that this season, the top 12 teams out of each region will advance to the playoffs. It's been the top 16 since COVID, and now the playoff format will look a little bit different. Top 4 seeds will get a first-round bye, and we'll host a second-round game. And that first round, you'll have the number 12 seed visiting the number 5 seed, and so on and so forth. So it's the top 12. That's who makes the cut. So that's what we've got going on this week in high school sports, and we've got a pretty good football game going on here at the Rock tonight. 19-0. West leads visiting Minford. Matt, let's check the first half stats.
All right, Chuck. First half stats. We'll go with first the visiting Minford Falcons. Falcons have 8 first downs on the evening, 6 passing, 2 rushing, 1 of 6 on third downs, and 1 of 2 on fourth down. They have 142 total yards of offense with 112 yards passing and 30 yards rushing. They have 5 penalties for 60 yards, and their time of possession was 14 minutes and 19 seconds. Individual stats. Curtis Glenn, 10 of 22 passing for 112 yards. His receiving targets, Mason Bradley, 1 for 7. Colt Donahoe, 3 for 38. Isaiah Robertson, 1 for 18. And Wyatt Swick, 5 for 49. Rushing the ball for the Falcons, you have Ty Borland, 2 for -4. And Curtis Glenn, 11 for 39. Now, let's take a look at the home stats for the West Senators. They had 14 first downs in the first half, 6 passing, 6 rushing, and 2 by penalties. They are 3 of 6 on third down, so a nice 50% on third down conversions. 0 for 2 on fourth down. They have 367 yards of offense in the first half.
Wow.
232 yards passing and 135 yards rushing. They have 6 penalties for 75 yards, and their time possession is 9 minutes and 6 seconds. Individual stats for the Senators. Brody Hall is 10 of 20 for 232 yards and 3 touchdowns. Receiving for the Senators, Gunnar Stockweiler, 3 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Braden Atkins, 2 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Bishop, 1 catch for 12 yards. Christian Carrasco, 1 catch for 33 yards and a touchdown. And Micah Barnes, 3 catches for 50 yards. Rushing the ball for the Senators, we have Bo Roden, 1 for 6. Brody Hall, 1 for 6. Braden Atkins, 3 for 51. And Anthony Bishop, 11 carries, 72 yards, 6.54 average. And Chuck, we left one stat out. We always leave for the last one. It's a really important stat. It's turnovers.
The turnover report, Matt, is a service of the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turned your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphy? Give Dan Cassidy a call at 740-353-3121.
So far, there's been 3 total turnovers. 2 turnovers by the Falcons, 1 turnover by the Senators. Falcons had a fumble that they lost, and it was recovered by the Senators. And they had an interception thrown. The interception was picked off by Weston Ratcliffe. For the Senators, they just have 1 turnover. It's an interception. It was by Sam Patrick. And that is your turnover report.
Thank you, Matt. You have been tuned in to the My Own Bible halftime show brought to you by the Calvary Baptist Church at 2306 Waller Street in Portsmouth, while making great efforts to reach the word with the gospel, the world, I should say, with the word of the gospel. Calvary Baptist Church and My Own Bible seek to support all the athletes and families of Southern Ohio. You are invited to be their guest at Calvary Baptist Church this Sunday. My Own Bible is a powerful tool for the gospel of Jesus Christ. For more information about Calvary Baptist Church or My Own Bible, visit becauseofcalvary.com. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and be back for the start of the second half. 19-0. West leads Minford. This is high school football on the breeze.
Monroe's Frame and Collision and now Wheel Alignment knows that good luck on the field can sometimes turn into bad luck in the parking lot. Well, if that happens to you, just know that Monroe's Raymond Collision is there from big bangs to little dings and have been doing it for 30 years. Monroe's commitment to you, the customer, is evident when you speak with any one of the Monroe's technicians or staff. Monroe's makes you feel as comfortable as possible and are always readily available and happy to answer any of all questions and your inquiries. Monroe's Frame Collision and now wheel alignment.
Hi, I'm Gary Duzan of Portsmouth Insurance, a TAH Benefits partner.
And I'm Jay Hazelbaker, president of TAH Benefits.
Portsmouth Insurance specializes in helping local business owners with their employee benefits.
We understand that operating a business can be stressful. Let us alleviate at least one of those worries for you. Portsmouth Insurance understands the health insurance marketplace, and our commitment to service and knowledge of both the personal and business insurance markets can give you peace of mind.
For assistance with all of your employee benefit needs, call us at Portsmouth Insurance, 740-353-4105.
The Carpenters Local Union 437 is actively seeking apprentices and journeyman carpenters. Your pay is based on your experience, but you'll start out earning a good living wage with health care and pension. The Carpenters Union takes an earn-as-you-learn approach to their apprenticeship, ensuring you earn a good living wage with benefits for your family right from the start. And every apprentice will graduate with an associate degree. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437. Phone 740-354-7518. Visit your local groceries, the Minford IGA and Westside IGA, as well as Westside Hardware. At the Minford and Westside IGAs, you'll find full-service delis with fresh-cut Angus beef and daily lunch specials. The Westside IGA offers up an incredible 18-inch pizza special, which provides a 2-topping 18-inch pizza, a bag of chips, and a 2-liter, all for just $19.99. Right beside the Westside IGA is Westside Hardware. They've got all kinds of tools and fasteners, as well as an extensive amount of items pertaining to automotive, carpentry, plumbing, and heating and air. The Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware open 7 days a week.
Hello, this is Megan Martin, Banking Center Manager at First State Bank. At First State Bank, we believe that when we build up our customers, our communities, and each other, we can make a lifelong difference. When you bank with us, you're supporting the local coffee shop down the street, a young couple's first home, and the community you live in. Stop in at our Portsmouth Banking Center or visit our website at fsb4me.com. That's FSB, the number 4me.com. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
High school football on this Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Little's Septic Service, Little's Grease Trap Removal, Little's Excavating, and Mr. Rooter Plumbing, the Counseling Center, Clark's Pump and Shop, First State Bank, the Minford IGA, Westside IGA, and Westside Hardware, Appalachian Marketing Media, and Dyer Insurance.
The West Senators have a 19-0 lead over the Minford Falcons as we get set to begin the second half. Christian Carrasco will boot the ball away for West. Back deep to return for Minford is Colt Donahoe and Isaiah Robertson. Carrasco with the ball in the left hash mark. He's going to squib it. It hits one of the up men from Minford, who falls upon it immediately. That's a nice job by Tanner Smith, a 5'8", 238-pound sophomore. That ball was absolutely coming at him at such a high rate of speed. So often you see a kick like that ricochet off of one of the up men, but that was not the case with Tanner Smith, as he was able to gobble it up and wisely fall on the ball at his own 47-yard line. Great starting field position for the Minford Falcons to begin this third quarter.
Maybe he needs to be playing shortstop or something, or first base.
Man,
snap that up.
That kick had the heat. Here is Glenn out of the gun, firing left side, pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Swick. Incomplete. It will be second down and 10. That second half kickoff, just as the opening kickoff was presented by Harris Floor Covering at 610 9th Street in Portsmouth, as well as Harris Outdoors at 616 9th Street in Portsmouth. Harris Floor Covering is the area's leading floor covering contractor that has everything for all of your floor covering needs. Call Stephen Harris today at 740-353-7959 and visit Harris Outdoors for firearms and hunting equipment. Two receivers to the right, that's the short side of the field. Three receivers to the left, and Glenn's going to look that way. He fires over the middle, and that pass is caught, and a couple flags are thrown in the backfield. Colt Donahoe makes the reception at the 46-yard line of West, and that is good for a 7-yard pickup if it stands.
It looks like it'll be a hold.
Still awaiting the official word to come from the refs. Whatever it is, it's against Minford because everybody's backing up.
It's going to be a hold back to 37.
Yep. So Minford certainly didn't help out the cause there. 19-0. The West Senators lead the Falcons with 11:49 left to play in the third quarter as the second half is just underway. You're listening to tonight's game on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze. Some of you might be watching on Kool TV. Here is Glenn rolling to his left, avoids a West defender and now stumbles forward, but he is going to be sacked. That's going to go for a loss of 1, maybe 2, but that will officially go down as a Senator sack.
Loss of 2. Christian Carrasco.
Carrasco caught a touchdown off of a flea flicker a little earlier in the game. Brody Hall connected with him. He's been kicking for the Senators. He got this second half underway with a squib kick that was recovered by Minford's Tanner Smith, and that set up the Falcons with great field position at the 47-yard line of the Falcons, but they have since gone backwards, and they are now faced with 3rd down and 22 with the ball resting at their own 35-yard line. Trips to the left. A stand-up tight end and a slot receiver to the right. Glenn out of the gun. He's going to uncork this one over the middle of the field looking for Swick, and incomplete. Boy, that was a good ball. He got his hands on it, but he had defenders all around him. I believe Gunnar Schunkwater was the one on the coverage for West. Incomplete, and it will be 4th down.
I think Swick had it, but Schunkwater came through with the hand perfectly and got a nice deflection of it.
Pretty good throw by Curtis Glenn, throwing into a very tight window there. Nice route by Swick. Good coverage by Schunkweiler, but it is incomplete, and now a punt. Ty Borland will lay into this one. It's going to hit about 5 yards shy of the West return man, Bishop. He will back away from it, and Kurt Glenn will get down there to down it. How about Kurt Glenn? On special teams even. Quarterback, linebacker / defensive back on defense, and even getting down there on punt coverage. Does he ever come off the field? Gee whiz.
Maybe.
39-yard punt by Borland.
Nice punt by Borland. That's going to be out to, what, 26? So that'd be 39 yards.
39-yard punt. J.R. Hall, the longtime public address announcer here at The Rock, in agreement with you. 1st and 10. Bo Roden, the lead blocker for Bishop, who takes the handoff. Nice spin move and a great job keeping his balance and keeping his legs driving as Bishop will carry the ball forward for, I believe, a Senator first down. Yep, the near side official says move the chains. 10-yard pickup.
Nice run there.
Anthony Bishop has had several of those tonight. He's a 5'8", 196-pound junior, and he has given the Senators a fresh set of 4 with the ball resting at West's own 37-yard line. 19-0 is our score. West out in front with 10:20 left on a rolling third quarter clock here at the Rock on homecoming night. 2 receivers to the left and 1 split out wide to the right. 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback Hall, who's in the gun. That's
wow.
It's Radcliffe again, the freshman. And look at Radcliffe making people miss, spinning around, showing some strength at the end of the run, and powering his way forward to the midfield stripe for a hard-earned gain of 13. You know, he had a tremendous run earlier in the game that was called back as a result of a penalty. This one's going to hold up, but does that kid ever have some wiggle?
I tell you what, wiggle, but big thing there was I saw patience. Like he waited, had a nice job. He knew a block was coming, waited for it. Then he had a nice wiggle, face out, or jump cut out. But, man, he's got some moves to his arsenal.
Yes, he certainly does. Ball on the left hash mark. A wing, almost an H-back to the left. That looks to be Roden. And here's the give to Bishop. Bishop up the middle. He's got room. Bishop off to the races. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Senators. A 50-yard run for Anthony Bishop. And with that, there has been a change in the score. Changes happen quick, especially when you give the ball to Anthony Bishop and get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. It's now 25-0 Senators with 9.5 minutes remaining in the third period.
Chuck, he's over 100 yards now.
Wow. He got halfway there with that one carry,
Matt. Exactly. Well, he's at 133 now on 13 carries. So he's averaging 10.2 a carry.
Eli Blevins on to try the point after. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Make it 2 for 3. He bangs it through, making it now 26-0 West. We're back in 30 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Hi, I'm Nancy Nancy Hawk, the owner of Real Estate Gallery. I'm inviting you to contact any of our professional realtors for all of your real estate needs, or visit our website at realestategallery.com. Real Estate Gallery Incorporated, Portsmouth and Wheelersburg.
Real Estate Gallery, we'll be there every step of the way. Real Estate Gallery.
The McKinley Funeral Home has built a reputation for service over the years. Folks in this area know that the McKinley Funeral Home is a proud member of the Lucasville community. In your hour of need, you'll find them compassionate and caring, serving families in our area since 1937. That's the McKinley Funeral Home. Call them in your hour of need. The McKinley Funeral Home, Lucasville, since 1937.
Christian Carrasco boots the ball away for the Senators. Colt Donahoe fields this ball just inside of his 15-yard line along the near sideline, and he races down the near sideline, taking the ball out across the 30-yard line before being hit and dropped at the 33. Nice run back by Colt Donahoe, one of the few attempts that he's had to have a kickoff return in this game.
Tell you what, he's a stud.
Big kid. Has the size, has the speed. He's had several nice catches in this game, and he has a return that goes for over 15 to give Minford very solid starting field position to begin this drive. The Falcons are on the trailing end of a 26-0 score. Here's a quarterback draw, and Curtis Glenn will back his way out across the 40-yard line to the 41. Gain of 8 to bring up second down and 1. Matt, let's check the most recent Senator scoring drive. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to therealestategallery.com.
All right, Chuck, that scoring drive by the Senators was a three-play, 74-yard drive capped off by a touchdown run from 50 yards out by Anthony Bishop. Eli Blevins kicks home the extra point. 26-0 Senators.
5 wide for the Falcons. Another design Kurt Glenn run. And Glenn will pick his way forward for a first down as he takes the ball out across the 45-yard line to the 46. That's a 5-yard carry for the Minford QB.
That's a nice little carry there by
Most certainly is.
by Mr. Glenn.
Big thank you goes to our friends at Penn Station East Coast Subs on the north end of Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Penn Station fuels the WZZZ and WNXT sports crews every weekend by providing us lunch. Visit Penn Station, where they are all about the freshness.
Did you get you a sub today?
You know I go with the Dagwood wrap.
Of
You
course.
don't even have to ask. Here is again. Oh, Glenn pulls it out of the running back's belly. He faked it to Ty Borland. Borland took a big hit, and then Glenn took a couple big hits as well and is dropped in the backfield back at the 45-yard line for a loss of 1, bringing up second down and 11. Nice job by the West defense. Not fooled on that.
Tilton Rapp just came up and leveled, or gave a nice hit on Curtis Glenn.
Minford has had quite a bit of success tonight in the passing game, but there has been nothing going on the ground for the Falcons against this very stern Senator Rush defense.
They have 40 yards on 18 attempts.
And probably most of those runs by the quarterback, Kurt Glenn. Some of them scrambles. Here's a pass left side intended for Frazee, incomplete. It will be third down.
That's a heck of a ball, because he threw that from the right hash all the way to the sideline.
Yep,
I mean,
covered a lot of ground. Football field is approximately 53 yards wide. That pass had to cover at least 30 plus.
Oh, easily.
Even though it was only about 3 yards downfield, diagonally, side to side.
And he had room to run, too.
Third down and 11. Trips to the left. I like this little formation with the stand-up tight end and the slot receiver to the right. Glenn has some time. He's flushed out of the pocket now. Fires deep down the near sideline intended for Swick. Incomplete. There were 3 West defensive backs around him. Gunnar Schonkweiler, Keegan Salem, and Weston Ratcliffe all back there. All attracted to the Minford receiver Wyatt Swick as if he was a magnet. They knew where that ball was going, and also not only was the coverage good, nice pressure by the Senator defensive front. It's fourth down and 11, and Ty Borland will come on to punt.
Borland's done a good job punting tonight. Been kind of a bright stop. He's averaging 37 with 2 inside the 20.
Oh, a high snap. Goes over his head. Let's see if Borland can track this down. The ball rolling inside the 5-yard line. He'll pick it up at the 2, and he then throws the ball. They're going to say it's a fumble. Picked up by Colt Donahoe, is then slung out of bounds by West.
They will say, I thought he threw it.
I do too. Making that stop, if the play continues to be called as it appears, was Tilton Rapp, and now the officials are going to talk it over. Is this an incomplete pass or is it a fumble? They're discussing. They did not throw a beanbag. I didn't see a beanbag thrown, but now they're going to throw a flag. I think they're going to call it intentional grounding.
Yeah. Intentional grounding.
He was out of the end zone when he threw it, so it won't be a safety.
And here's the, we got a replay on this?
Let's see.
And honestly, there was a guy kind of close to it, like not too bad, not too far.
Yeah, there really was. So intentional grounding is the call. Loss it down. It's going to be West football. Now the only question is, what yard line will the ball be placed upon? It looks like it's going to be spotted right where the pass took place. We believe. We're going to place it at the 1. First and goal from the 1 for the West Senators. What a gift. Now, if West punches this in, we're going to go to a running clock situation. Right now, we've got 7:06 left to play in the third quarter with the Senators up 26-0 here on homecoming night at the Rock. West was up to the line, acting as if they were ready to snap the ball, and then they retreated back to the huddle. Official standing over the ball. And we have officials over on the far sideline talking with Coach Jordan Michael in his second year guiding Minford, giving him an explanation.
Oh, here's what's wild. That ball rolled all the way back to, that ball rolled.
Yeah.
It rolled inside the 10.
So we should be close to being ready to resume play. There's the whistle.
There we go. This might be the easiest drive of the year for the Senators. Or it could be a big stop by the Falcons.
I laugh in jest because Brody Hall, the West quarterback, came over to Coach Todd Gilliland after the official blew the whistle. He'd had 5 minutes to do that. He might have forgotten the play call. I say jokingly. Here's a give up the middle, and it's a Senator touchdown. It is the fullback.
Give him some love.
Gotta love them fullbacks. This is Bo Roten, the 5'11", 215-pound senior, and with that, there has been a change in the score. Changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. 32-0 Senators with 7:03 left in the third.
You want to do the scoring drive? Pretty tough.
Yeah, really. It's a service of Nancy Hawk, the Real Estate Gallery, with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. Call Nancy for all your real estate needs. Nancy Hawk.
One play, 1 yard.
Her number is 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com. You got it there, Matt.
1 play, 1 yard. Bo Roten, extra point good. 33-0.
Eli Blevins booted the PAT through the uprights. That's where we stand. 7:03 left. Clock now will begin to run. Let's step away for 30 seconds before Christian Carrasco kicks it off for the Senators. This is high school football on the breeze.
This Total Media Group station is presented by Portsmouth Block and Portsmouth Building Supply, People's Bank, the Real Estate Gallery, Conley Trucking and Conley River Terminal, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Carpenters Local Union 437, the Glockner Family of Dealerships, Gamps John Deere and Convenience Store, SOMC, Portsmouth Insurance, Monroe's Frame and Collision, the McKinley Funeral Home, as well as Collier Companies. The Glockner family of dealerships offers the top brands: Chevrolet, GMC, Honda, Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Glockner has a major selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Ask about the Glockner Guarantee. 100,000-mile powertrain coverage included on qualifying used makes and models. Credit issues? No problem. Glockner Auto Finance your future now.
Big Mac, all right, over 40 on the stop for the Senators.
Funny how them 30-second breaks turn into 60s. Kickoff just took place, and Colt Donahoe fielded it around the 10, and he ran the ball out to the 15-yard line to around the 22.
Nice run back.
It was a nice run back. Go into some more detail about that for those in Radio Land who didn't see it on Kool TV.
That was a heck of a kick. He fielded it up the 6-yard line. Broke a couple tackles, got up the left side, got it past the 20. So anytime you get past 20, that's positive on the kickoffs, kick returns.
5 wide for the Falcons. And here's a pass that is tipped in the air and picked off by Braden Atkins, who stays in bounds. Atkins inside the 10, the 5, touchdown. West, a defensive score, an interception return of right around 30 yards, we believe. Or are they saying he stepped out? The officials talking. There's a penalty on the play. So let's pump the brakes and see exactly what the call is.
Well,
penalty on West.
That's on the return, I bet. A hold.
The flag, I can now see it resting at the 23.5-yard line. So that'll take 6 off the board. Boy, Braden Atkins, what a game. I mean, he's had some nice runs, catches, and now an interception.
So it's...
They're going to spot the ball at the 31-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Senator offense, up 33-0 with 5:58 left.
That offense, by the way, 442 yards of offense so far now, Chuck.
Wow.
Interception stands 1st and 10, Senators.
So the ball will be placed down on the left hash mark. Hall in the shotgun. Atkins will go in motion to the right. Bishop is to the left of Hall, and he'll take the handoff. Splits a couple defenders in the backfield, spins away from another would-be tackler, and carries the ball down inside of the 25-yard line to the 22. Gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Senators.
And Bryce McLaughlin on the stop.
So that moves to 2nd and 1.
A win tonight would get West back to 500. 3 wins, 3 losses. Maybe more importantly, it would improve the Senators to 2-0 in Southern Ohio Conference play. I formation with the receiver each way. A tight end to the right. Hall's going to pitch to Bishop. He's got Roden out there blocking for him. Reverses course, brings it back to his left. Avoids some tacklers inside the 10 to 5. And he is going to take it to the hizzy. Touchdown, Anthony Bishop. And with that, it becomes 39-0 in favor of the Senators with 4:58 left to play in the 3rd period. What a nice run.
Hey, tell you what, Zane Evans, mark that down on my sheet for block of the game. He had a block right there to spring that last one for a touchdown.
And so often, the big blocks, at least the most visible blocks anyway, are the ones that are performed by wide receivers downfield. Here's Blevins to try the PAT. It is up and it is through, and it is 39-0 Senators. Let's take a 30-second timeout. 30, not 60. This is high school football on the breeze.
Calvary Baptist Church, and I'd like to reveal to you that our church exists to bring people to Jesus Christ, to tell them of a Savior who loves them and gave his life for them on the cross at Calvary, conquered death, rose up from the grave, and made salvation possible for every person. If you have questions about this person named Jesus Christ, come see us. Visit becausefcalvary.com and be our guest at Calvary Baptist Church.
Changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob & Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. There has been a change in the score, and it is now 40-0. The West Senators lead visiting Minford with just under 5 minutes to play on homecoming night here at The Rock. I'm Chuck Greenslate, along with Matt Payton. Hello to everyone in Radio Land listening on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, and hello to everyone who might be watching the video streamed game presented by Kool TV. Here is the kickoff fielded by Donahoe at the 15-yard line. He gets under it, heads toward the wedge to the middle of the field to take the ball out across the 30 and be brought down just shy of the 35-yard line, and that's where this Minford possession will begin. Let's check the scoring recap. This one's a little bit more difficult than the last, Matt, but not much. It's a service at Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery with offices in Wheelersburg and Portsmouth. For all of your real estate needs, phone 740-574-9902 or log on to realestategallery.com.
Not much, but about a minute something came off the clock. 2 plays, 31 yards, capped off by a touchdown run by Anthony Bishop from 22 yards out. Extra point was good by Eli Blevins. 40-0, Senators.
Receivers each way, bunched up, stacked right behind the other. And here's a give to Borland. He'll be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Great defense over there on the far side of the field. Tilton Rapp is involved. Also coming up to help with that is Gunnar Schonkweiler on the West defensive side. A loss of 3 to make it 2nd down and 13 with the ball now resting back at the 30-yard line. Again, we are in a running clock situation here at the Rock with West up by 40.
Over here on the wild West side. And
keep Will Smith's name out your mouth.
I know.
Liable to get smacked. Yeah. Trips to the right side of the formation. Stacked receivers to the left. 5 wide for Kurt Glenn, who's in the shotgun. Looking right now, flushed out of the pocket, goes to his left. He'll be hit, and he will be dropped. Man, he had defenders coming from every direction, and Glenn putting up a fight, refusing for the longest time not to go down. It took about 3 Senators to knock him off his feet, but boy, did he take a big pop there, especially at the tail end of that play.
And he got hit hard. I think that was Eli Myers got a big hit on the end.
This is a loss of 5 back to the 25, and that now makes it 3rd down and 18.
Negro leading the way that time, bringing up a
and here's what's interesting is, like, right now Minford's at 100 total yards of offense, but they had negative 49 on just that one, or 40, almost 40 yards in that one bad snap.
4 wide. Glenn firing near side, caught on the screen, flag in the backfield. A nice run after catch by Mason Bradley, but unfortunately for Minford, I believe most of this is coming back. No, it's against West.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looked like it was a
personal foul.
Yeah.
Roughing is the call.
And roughing the passer.
So that should be an automatic first, I do believe.
It should be, yes. But is it added on after the play? Which I believe it is.
It certainly is. So this will push the football into West territory. It will be spotted at the 45-yard line of the Senators, and that's where it will be 1st and 10 for Minford. So, again, a nice little play there as
Mason
Curtis
Bradley.
Glenn was able to connect with Mason Bradley, the 5'10", 185-pound senior.
Clock still rolling.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd period at West High School.
Arlington's up 15-14 on Verne right now.
Boy, what a game. Here's Bradley taking the handoff and finding some room left side. He'll pick his way over along the far sideline and will be dropped a few yards shy of the 1st down. He'll be spotted at the 41-yard line.
Bradley getting a little carry there. That's the 1st carry he's had tonight.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. So he's getting a lot of activity here in a very short period of time. A catch the play before, a rush here.
He's got a nice little bit of wiggle to him.
Did a nice job there planting his right foot in the ground and getting a little further outside. Certainly did. Minford breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. A receiver to the left, a wing and a receiver to the right. Bradley in the backfield with Glenn, and Glenn's pass intended for Swick, and on the tip ball, it will fall incomplete. It was nearly intercepted by Gunnar Schonkweiler, but it will be 3rd down and 4.
Very close.
We've seen a lot of wild things happen off of tip footballs tonight, haven't we?
We really have.
We saw Minford get an interception in the 1st half. That was Tanner Smith who got that pick, I believe, off a tip ball. Or was it Sam Patrick?
Sam Patrick, and he had Weston Ratcliffe got one kind of like went right through the hands of the West receiver.
Yep.
Then you had the interception returned by Braden Atkins that got called back on the hold, but that was a tip.
All off of tips. Tip drill city. Here is Glenn faking the handoff to Bradley, and Glenn burst up the center of the field to get the yardage to gain to move the chains. He goes from the 39-yard line down to the 33. That's pickup of 6, and we are inside of 25 seconds to play in the third quarter. Minford does not have to snap the ball again unless the Falcons choose to. Again, we are in a running clock situation. It is 40-0 West. And it looks like Minford is going to try to get to the line of scrimmage and get one more snap off before this quarter comes to an end. Ball in the left hash. A receiver each way. The give is going to go to Bradley. He's got some room right side. Gets to the 30. Is met by several Senators, and he's dropped there. Gain of 3 on the play, and it will be 2nd down and 7 for Minford at the 30 of West when the fourth quarter gets underway. All Senators right now, they lead 40-0. We're back in 60 seconds on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
KC Printing and Promotionals is teamed with Hometown Radio Sports to help you own some of your team's favorite moments.
What a throw! What a catch! Open for a 3. Got it!
Most games heard on WNXT and WZZZ are recorded and archived and can be put onto a sports-friendly, state-of-the-art flash stick available for you to purchase. To inquire about purchasing a game heard on WNXT or WZZZ, call 740-353-1161.
Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice. Your internet experts with fiber fast efficiency. Generations of exceptional service. Stay connected with a legacy. Online at falcon1.net. Minford Telephone and TV, the local choice, the best choice.
To the fourth quarter we go at the Rock, where the West Senators have a 40-0 lead over the visiting Minford Falcons. Minford has the ball, faced with 2nd down and 7 at the Senator 30-yard line. Ball is on the right hash mark. There's a receiver each way. Bradley is going to be given the ball and the option that he ran there with the quarterback of the Falcons, Curtis Glenn, and Bradley picks his way ahead for a few yards down to the 27, gain of 3 actually, to bring up 3rd down and a long 3 for the Falcons. That was a nicely executed little RPO there. I don't know how much P was in that RPO, but there was a whole lot of R and O, run option.
Definitely a lot of run option. Who ran that again?
It was Bradley.
Nice. He's actually getting more and more carries.
And boy, Glenn, the quarterback, he kept that ball in Bradley's breadbasket there for a long time. Now, here's an example of it going the other way. He fakes it to Bradley and then keeps it himself, but runs into a West Senator and a Minford Falcon, and there's a Senator down. Hopefully that's just a cramp, as that young man immediately started grabbing his leg, and now he's being stretched out. So hopefully that's all good. Gain of 3 on the play. That's going to be enough to move the sticks. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Minford Falcons when play resumes. We've got a stoppage due to a shaken-up player with 11:01 left to play in the ball game. 40-0 is our score. West in front. Boy, that Wheelersburg and Ironton game, we've been monitoring that score. What a battle that is there down the road at Ed Miller Pirates Stadium.
A wild battle. Now Wheelersburg now has a lead. And I kind of wondered how that would go with. So here's the interesting part. It's now no longer the first game of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Wheelersburg always gets better as the season goes on.
Always.
And so maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's a good thing Wheelersburg is like, hey, let's build our confidence up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, they're proving it tonight. They are in a dogfight right now.
Zach Evans was the shaken-up West player. He is walking off the field under his own power. Now, during the stoppage of play, Colt Donahoe of Minford went down over along the Minford side, actually between the hash marks and the numbers. He got stretched out, but he's up and good to go, and we will now play on. Action resumes. Bradley comes in motion to the near side. Play action. Kurt Glenn's going to throw. Left corner of the end zone. Incomplete, but pass interference as a flag comes in.
So, nice ball by Glenn. Just hung a little bit too long.
Good tight spiral. I believe that it was Isaiah Robertson who was the intended receiver.
And that's going to be pass interference.
That'll provide Minford with the first down. Not an automatic first down, but a 15-yard penalty. In this case, it's going to be half the distance to the goal, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, so that'll move the ball down to
12.
the 12-yard line.
Yes.
First and 10 for the Falcons at the 12 going in. Minford trying to bust the goose egg. The Falcons were shut out by West last year, 24-0, so Minford's looking for its first touchdown against the Senators in 2 years. Here is Glenn firing left corner of the end zone. That one too tall for anyone. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Carter Frazee. And on the coverage was Gunnar Schunkweiler.
Carter needed to be about maybe the size of Taco Fall.
What happened to Taco Fall?
He's hanging out.
He playing against Johnny State alum E.J. Onu over in Italy or something?
No, I think he's actually in G League still.
Still in the G League.
Do you know there is a fun fact? We, a side of the county team, did beat Taco Fall in high school.
Portsmouth Trojans, right?
That's right.
Down in Orlando?
Championship of a winter tournament down
Here's Bradley taking the handoff, and he follows his blockers into the end zone right side. Minford is on the scoreboard. Goose egg busted.
Mason Bradley, get yourself a touchdown.
He has had himself a pretty good second half. He's into the end zone, making it 40-6 with 9:16 left to play in the ball game. Changes happen quick, especially when you get your tires changed at Bob and Floyd's on Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. Yeah, good from a confidence level to see Minford punch one in, even though the Falcons fell at Northwest last week. They wound up getting the final touchdown in that 27-12 loss.
And they've done some good things in the first half.
Fire drill here as the snap is bobbled by the holder, Kurt Glenn, who then picks the ball up, throws toward the far side, and that is caught by Colt Donahoe for a successful two-point conversion, just the way Coach Jordan Michael drew it up.
I was going to say, they drew that up perfectly.
40-8, your score after that successful two-point conversion try. Let's just keep things here as we get ready for the ensuing kickoff. Matt, let's check the scoring recap. It's a service of Nancy Hawk at the Real Estate Gallery. Give Nancy a call for all of your real estate needs. Her number is 740-574-9902. And log on to our website, which is realestategallery.com.
That scoring drive by the Falcons was a 7-minute drive, 11 plays, 67 yards, and it was a touchdown run by Mason Bradley from 12 yards out. The two-point conversion from Curtis Glenn to Colt Donahoe was good. 40-8, Senators lead.
Be sure to listen for the Barber Auto Parts replay of the week, which can be heard all week long here on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, Mix 99.3, and Fox Sportsman 95.7 FM. And visit the Barber Auto Parts store nearest you with locations in Portsmouth, Ashland, as well as Chillicothe. Saturday morning Sportsline Coaches Show will be in the morning starting at 9 o'clock. We have received word it will be back on 95.7 FM tomorrow.
All right.
Here is Borland's kickoff. It's a boomer, and it will hit at the 1-yard line and trickle into the end zone. Touchback.
Nice kick.
It really was. And Borland's had a few of those punting tonight. This is only the second opportunity he's had in the game to kick off, but that was a really, really nice boot there. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Senators at the 20. Clock continuing to run through all this. And boy, anytime you have penalties or a ball that winds up being a touchback or kicked out of bounds or anything like that, the time just so quickly evaporates. So we should get through these next 8 minutes really, really fast.
Ideally.
Actually, it should take exactly 8 minutes unless something crazy happens.
Well, it stops during score. Right.
Yep, that would be the only
injury or score.
Injury or score. I formation, 4 west, a receiver each way. We've got some fresh jerseys out there. Here's a give up the middle. And ball carrier takes the ball out beyond the 25-yard line to the 26. And we're really going to have to take a really hard look at our roster now because we're seeing some folks for the first time tonight. This is Ryder McCormick, the ball carrier. He is a 5'8", 175-pound freshman. And he lumbers ahead for a 6-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 4. New quarterback in the game, replacing Brody Hall, is Hunter Windsor. He is a 5'9", 130-pound sophomore.
A lot of young guys out there.
Good opportunity to get them in the game. Let them enjoy some time under the Friday night lights.
What'd you say the quarterback's name was?
Windsor.
Number 20.
Yep. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to the lone back beside of him, and that is Mason Bodmer. He's a 5'8", 163-pound sophomore, and a flag comes flying in the West backfield. That is a hold on the Senators. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the infraction.
And we'll get a hold.
So this penalty moves the ball back to the 16-yard line. Again, we haven't had a lot of snaps from the red zone tonight. Most of the touchdowns have covered some significant length, the majority of them, except for that one play, 1-yard touchdown drive by West. But I do want to mention that the red zone is known as the Quality Heating and Air Red Zone during the TMG of Portsmouth broadcast. Quality Heating and Air can be found just down the road on Route 52 in Sugar Grove. Phil Rideout, big-time supporter of local high school sports on the Total Media Group of Portsmouth stations. Handoff up the middle, nothing there. Nice defense by Minford. Let's see, the Falcon who made that stop, I do believe, was Billy Yazzle. He is a 5'9", 175-pound junior.
I think he got McCormick on that one.
Elijah Bentley on the stop.
Third down coming up for West.
It's a fun name to say. Yazel.
Well, is it
or
Yazel, Yazel, or Yazzle?
Either way, we're excited to say it.
Yes, we are, especially when he makes plays like that. Good play.
And he snapped that time that snap count perfectly.
Here's a give. This is Mason Bodmer. He's got room left side. Bodmer breaks the tackle and is off to the races. Mason Bodmer down the far sideline, 30, 25, 20, and down at the 15-yard line. Nice run by Mason Bodmer. And let's see who made the touchdown-saving tackle for the Minford Falcons. It looks as if that distinction goes to Austin Kool. He's a 6', 190-pound sophomore. But Mason Bodmer, the 5'8", 163-pound sophomore, ripping off the big run. And now the West Senators will be snapping the ball within the Quality Heating and Air red zone. Quality Heating and Air, as we mentioned just a few moments ago, located just down the road on Route 52 in Sugar Grove.
You just had to speak it into existence.
That's it. I had to talk it into belief.
By the way, 71-yard run.
He'll be the second leading rusher tonight for West, won't he? Behind Bishop?
Yeah, barely. And Braden Atkins just finished with 51.
High formation. Bodmer's the deep back. Gibbs going to go to the fullback. He's got some room up the middle. This is Ryder McCormick, and McCormick will take the ball down inside the 10-yard line to the 9, maybe the 8, I believe. The 9. Gain of 5. It's second down and 5, under 4 minutes to play.
Gain of about 6.
Looks like a receiver running in the play. This is Eli Blevins. Of course, he's the place kicker for West. He handles the extra points anyway, while Christian Carrasco handles the kickoffs. Hunter Windsor comes over and gets the play call, and now the second string quarterback for West relays that call to his teammates. West trying to get lined up. Play clock. West just barely beats it. And here is a wide open run to the end zone. Touchdown. The young man who had the big 71-yard run earlier in the drive, Mason Bodmer, finishes it off with a 9-yard touchdown run. But hold up. There is a penalty marker down. No touchdown. An illegal shift against the West Senators.
Which they were trying to get it in quick. They were trying to get the...
trying to get lined up and beat the play clock. Yep. And as a result, they get slapped with the illegal shift.
That's a 5-yard penalty, so bump it back.
Second down and 9. Clock rolling. 2:40 left to play in the game. Crowd is certainly thinned out on what has been a beautiful evening here in Southern Ohio. Homecoming night for West. 2 receivers to the right, a receiver and a wing to the left. And the handoff goes to Bodmer. He's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Leading the charge there was Tanner Smith. He was the young man who recovered the onside kickoff to begin the second half. And a good play there, dropping Bodmer back at the 19-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15. Checking in for the Senators will be another fresh face or two. Now Windsor directing traffic, making sure everybody's lined up where they're supposed to be. Tight end and a receiver to the right. A wing and a receiver to the left. And the ball is put on the ground. Bodmer picks it up. There was a little miscue there during the quarterback-running back exchange. Bodmer falls on the ball back around the 25-yard line. And we've got 4th down coming up.
We're going to let somebody kick it maybe? Or are we going to take a knee? Or throw it towards the end zone?
You with all your questions.
I'm just questioning.
You are so inquisitive.
I'm trying to figure out what's the play.
I mean, you might as well throw out a quick kick.
Or
let's throw it all out there.
Hey,
Drop kick.
Missouri,
yes, drop kick.
Missouri's drop kicking these days on kickoffs, so you can see anything.
Where's Doug Flutie at when you need him?
We have a number 20 at quarterback.
It's Windsor, and he's going to take the snap out of the gun. He's going to hand to Bodmer. Another flag comes flying. Bodmer's going to have pretty good run here as he'll be driven out of bounds around the 15-yard line, but it looks like another illegal shift on West. Got a lot of guys out there that usually play on Monday evenings playing here on Friday night. A lot of young kids. That's a very good thing. For one team, when you got your JV guys out there on Friday night, that usually means you're winning by a lot or you're not winning by a lot.
Yep. So we're at the 15 there, so decline it, I guess.
Yes, sir. See you guys. Thanks.
Yes, they will decline that, and Minford will take over possession with 31.1 ticks of the clock remaining. Ball will be placed down at the 15-yard line. And we should be one play away from this game going final. A lot of reserves out there for both sides. And now the clock is going to start. Minford might not snap the ball here. You know they'd love to, though. Those guys that are out there right now, they've not had an offensive snap, many of them. Same can be said for a lot of the West defenders. Let's see if they can get one snap off before this one goes final. Minford breaks the huddle, comes to the line. They've got 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left, actually 3 receivers to the right, 5 seconds. And the ball is snapped. It goes back to the quarterback. He's going to hand it off forward to Austin Kool, and Cole's going to turn the corner and pick up about 3 yards, and that's going to bring the game to an end. 40-8 is your final score. The West Senators pick up the victory on homecoming night. Stay with us. Post-game coverage coming your way next. You've been listening to high school football on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Can be exciting like a walk down the red carpet, or it can be exciting like a stroll over hot coals. If you're going to do a remodel, do it right. Consult with a Waypoint Living Spaces dealer designer. They will work with you to determine your style and deliver exactly what you had in mind. On time, on budget, easy.
Tri-State Kitchens at 8516 Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg is your local Waypoint dealer. Phone 740-574-2802.
Have you been to the 139 just off the new highway in Clarktown? Come after the game and enjoy some pizza, wings, or I guess if you want to be healthy, we have free ice water. People love free stuff, but people also love our pizza and our wings. Come to the 139, enjoy some great pizza and wings, and grab some free ice water.
It's time for the Minford Telephone Minford TV postgame show. Now let's go back to our game site for the wrap-up of tonight's game.
The West Senators are triumphant tonight over the Minford Falcons, 40-8. I'm Chuck Greenslate along with Matt Payton. Thank you so much for tuning in to high school football this evening. Whether you were listening on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze or watching on Total Media. It's time for the Minford Telephone Company postgame show. For over 100 years, the Minford Telephone Company has proudly served the area with its communications needs. Today, the Minford Telephone Company provides fiber-fast internet, TV, and telephone service on the area's only locally owned fiber optic network. Call the Minford Telephone Company at 740-820-2151 and talk to a real, live, and local person, or visit their website at falcon1.net for more info. Fast fiber local, the way it should be. The Minford Telephone Company. We got to a running clock situation in the second half, so we're probably one of the first games done tonight, but checking some other scores from around the area. Wheelersburg has a 17-15 lead over Ironton in the fourth quarter. That game can be heard on Mix 99.3. Ashland is up on Greenup County in the fourth, 34-21. Fairland leads South Point, 13-8. Notre Dame and South Gallia defense, who needs it? 49-46. Titans lead, not over with yet. It's in the fourth quarter. Eastern Pike defeated East tonight, 48-8. Colgrove has a 30-7 advantage over the Gallia Academy. That's in the fourth. Piketon is pouring it on Paint Valley in the fourth period, 43-0. Sims Valley, last report, led the Green Bobcats 63-6. Portsmouth on top of Chesapeake, 49-0. The Jackson Ironmen have a 48-21 lead over Hillsboro in the fourth quarter. Rock Hill and Cincinnati Purcell Marion locked in a pretty good battle as the Redmen have a 26-20 lead in the fourth period. Valley and Northwest. Boy, that's a great rivalry matchup. It seems like every game is close. Tonight, no exception. Coach Nolan Crabtree's Valley Indians knock off the Mohawks 21-20 in a game heard on WNXT2 using the Local Happenings app. Last night, in high school football, it was Oak Hill topping Waverly 13-12. Again, our final, West a winner over Minford 40-8.
What score did you have for the Notre Dame game?
49-46.
It's actually now 56-46. 6 minutes left.
Titans by 10. Wow. I'm going to
100 points, baby.
If Coach Bobby Bowman decides to give all the stats for that one, that'll take up to 2 hours tomorrow for the coaching show. But that's all right. I want to hear all about that.
I'm just going to tell Bob. I don't know if Bobby can keep that big a number. I'm messing with my buddy, Bob.
Well, here's a number that Bobby Bowman's about to get, 6. That's 6-0 to start his head coaching career as head coach of the Titans. I know he's got that interim label on him right now, but that might be lifted and turn into a full-time thing if he continues to win at the rate he's winning. Boy, they got that big game with Eastern Pike coming up here in a few weeks.
Well, you have that one and the Sims Valley game the week before. That's going to be the big key matchup because you got Green next week. Not saying Green's not good, but they have struggled with some things. But I think you'll have it's a big matchup coming up for the Titans.
As far as what the West Senators and the Minford Falcons have to look forward to, the West Senators will hit the road to go to Lucasville next week. They will play at the Valley Indians. Valley improving to 5-1 with that win tonight over Northwest. And the Minford Falcons, they will go to winless Waverly next Friday night, October the 3rd. Let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule as we look to the future. It's time for the Glockner family of dealerships glance toward the future. We know that you can't make it out to all of these games. That's why we bring these games to you. Just as Glockner makes the car buying process easy, the WZZZ and WNXT sports teams makes listening to high school sports easy. When buying a vehicle is in your future, visit the Glockner family of dealerships, which include Glockner Chevrolet GMC of Portsmouth, Glockner Honda Toyota of Portsmouth, Glockner Chevrolet GMC of Ironton, Glockner Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram with dealerships in Portsmouth and Ashland, Glockner Ford of South Point, and Glockner Auto Credit with 6 locations throughout the tri-state area to best serve you. Those Glockner Auto Credit locations can be found in Portsmouth, South Point, Waverly, Jackson, Chillicothe, and Ashland, Kentucky. Shop online at Glockner.com. Here is our upcoming broadcast schedule. Let's look toward tomorrow first and foremost. 95.7 FM, Fox Sportsman. That's where you'll be able to hear the Saturday Morning Sports Line Coaches Show. We are being told that it will be back on 95.7 FM in the morning. That starts at 9 o'clock. Tune in and hear what Scioto County's high school football coaches have to say. The Saturday Morning Sports Line, the tradition which started back in 1979, continues. Season number 45, year number 45. We've got Ohio State football tomorrow as the top-ranked Buckeyes will visit the Washington Huskies. That's a 3:30 kickoff Eastern time. Our coverage on 95.7 FM will begin at 2 o'clock. And then right after the Ohio State game, we will join the Cincinnati Reds game in progress. The Reds are trying to land that final National League wild card spot. The Reds are wrapping up their regular season at the NL Central champion Brewers. They are actually in action tonight. They're playing right now. The Reds and the Brewers, I have no score to report yet. Hopefully, Cincinnati will find a way. Got to hope that the Reds win this weekend and that the Mets lose, and we will keep you apprised of that. So Reds baseball tomorrow night following the Buckeyes game, and then we will have the Cincinnati Reds game for you on Sunday which will begin at 3:10 on 95.7 FM. That's first pitch. Coverage will start at 2:40. Only question is, will that be the final game of the season for the Reds or just be the final regular season game and then hopefully a playoff berth to ensue? We shall see. Now let's look at next week's high school football schedule as we head to week number 7. First weekend of October for high school football will look like this. The Total Media Group of Portsmouth will present 3 games live. Here on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, you'll hear Coach Bobby Bowman's Notre Dame Titans play at the Green Bobcats going to Franklin Furnace. On Mix 99.3, you'll be able to listen as West visits Valley. And on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM, to Proctorville we go as you'll hear the Portsmouth Trojans play at the Fairland Dragons. Coverage at all 3 of those game sites next weekend will begin at 6:30, leading up to the 7 o'clock kickoffs, and that is your Glockner family of dealerships. Glance toward the future. We'll take one more 60-second timeout to finish up our business, and then we will be back, take you down the home stretch as we name our award winners in tonight's 40-8 West Senator victory over the Minford Falcons. This is the Minford Telephone Company postgame show on Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze.
Whatever maintenance or repair you need on your vehicle, the friendly professionals at Shoemaker Sunoco have got you covered. Located at State Route 139, Minford. People in the Minford area depend on James Shoemaker to keep their vehicles running in top condition. Shoemaker Sunoco offers tune-ups, brake service, computerized 4-wheel alignment, and routine oil changes and lube jobs. You can also fill up with that good Sunoco gasoline. When it comes to the care of your vehicle, come to the service center that cares. Shoemaker Sunoco, Route 139, Minford.
At 3D Outfitters in Wheelersburg, you can get the gear to get the deer. The area's best gun shop is 3D Outfitters. 3D has handguns, shotguns, rifles, and ammo. Name brands such as Smith & Wesson, Ruger, Remington, Colt, Glock, and many more. The area's best gun shop is 3D Outfitters at 8508A Ohio River Road, Wheelersburg. Get the gear to get the deer at 3D Outfitters in Wheelersburg. Phone 574-HUNT and follow 3D Outfitters on Facebook.
40-8, the West Senators take down the Minford Falcons tonight. I'm Chuck Greenslade along with Matt Payton, and this is the Minford Telephone Company post-game show. For over 100 years, the Minford Telephone Company has proudly served the area with its communications needs. Today, the Minford Telephone Company provides fiber-fast internet, TV, and telephone service on the area's only locally owned fiber optic network. Call the Minford Telephone Company at 740-820-2151 and talk to a real, live and local person, or visit their website at falcon1.net for more info. Fast, fiber, local. The way it should be. The Minford Telephone Company. Matt, we've got awards to dole out, but first we've got stats to check out.
We got stats. We got stats galore. Let's start with the visitors, the Minford Falcons. We'll go team, then individual. Minford finished with 14 first downs on the evening, 6 passing, 6 rushing, 2 through penalties. They were 3 of 10 on third down conversions, 1 of 2 from fourth down. They finished with 152 yards of total offense, with 124 yards coming in the air to 28 yards on the ground. They had 6 penalties for 70 yards, and their time possession was 27 minutes and 33 seconds. Individual stats, Curtis Glenn, 12 of 31 passing for 124 yards. His targets, Mason Bradley, 2 catches, 22 yards. Colt Donahoe, 3 catches for 38. Isaiah Robertson, 1 for 18. Ty Borland, 1 for -3. And Wyatt Swick, 5 catches for 49 yards. Rushing for the Falcons, Ty Borland, 2 carries, -4 yards. Austin Cole, 1 for 3. Mason Bradley finished with 4 carries, 24 yards, 6 yards per carry, and a touchdown. And Curtis Glenn, 18 carries for 54 yards. Now let's take a look at the team stats and individual stats for the West Senators. Senators finished with 20 first downs on the evening, 6 passing, 12 rushing, 2 through penalties. They were 4 of 8 on third down conversions, so stayed at 50%. 0 for 3 on fourth down conversions. They had 553 yards of offense.
Wow.
That's rolling.
That's rolling.
They had 232 yards in the air and 321 yards on the ground. Really good balance.
Mm-hmm.
They finished with, here's the only thing I think Coach G will probably get a little mad about. 11 penalties, Chuck. 126 yards in penalties. So I imagine he may have a little discussion with his boys on that one.
Yeah, but when you put up 553 yards of offense, that makes that a little easier to stomach.
It does. They finished with 20 minutes and 27 seconds time possession. The individual stats for the Senators. Brody Hall, heck of a night for him. 10 of 20 passing for 232 yards. His targets, he had Braden Atkins, 2 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Bishop, 1 catch for 12. Christian Carrasco, 1 catch for 33 and a touchdown. Micah Barnes, 3 catches for 50 yards. And leading all receivers, Gunnar Sonkweiler, 3 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Now let's look at the individual rushing for the Senators. Weston Ratcliffe, 1 carry for 13 yards. Braden Atkins, 3 carries, 51 yards. Brody Hall, 1 for 6. Bo Roten, 2 for 7. Mason Bodmer, 3 carries, 75 yards. Ryder McCormick, 3 carries for 10 yards. And toting the rock and leading all ball carriers, Anthony Bishop, 15 carries, Chuck, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
10.93 average. I forgot to also throw in Bo Roten had a 1-yard touchdown run, so that was his touchdown out of his 2 carries. So pretty solid night for the West Senators individually. Now let's take a look at a stat we didn't talk about yet, the turnovers.
The Turnover Report is a service of the Barrett Murphin Insurance Agency, located at 1031 Gallia Street in Portsmouth. Isn't it time you turned your insurance needs over to Barrett Murphin? Give our buddy Dan Casty a call at 740-353-3121.
Well, there was 3 at halftime, but we added 1 more in the second half. Finished with 3 turnovers by the Falcons and 1 turnover by the Senators. Falcons had 1 fumble that they lost, and they had put the ball on the ground 3 times, lost it once. Interceptions thrown, they threw 2 interceptions, 1 picked off by Weston Ratcliffe. Braden Atkins had the other interception. And then for the Senators, they had 1 turnover. It was an interception thrown. That's probably about the only blemish Brody Hall had on the night. It was an interception by Sam Patrick after a tipped ball on a little screen pass. But other than that, that is the turnovers for the evening.
Matt, let's name tonight's award winners. In West 40-8 victory over Minford. The Carpenters Local Union 437 congratulates the West Senators on constructing a great effort this evening with hard work, skill, and precision. A Carpenters Local Union 437 t-shirt will be presented to the West Senators so their coaches can determine a worthy recipient. Maybe it was a starter who shined, possibly a scout team player who helped prepare the varsity, or maybe a manager who provided some inspiration. It takes the whole team. To learn more about joining your local Carpenters Union, contact Trampus Puckett at Carpenters Local 437 and construct a great life for you and your family. Next up, we have the Gamps John Deere Outstanding Run of the Game, with the winner receiving a certificate for a T-shirt from Gamps John Deere, which can be found on Route 140 in Slocum. And Matt, tonight this is going to go to West Gunnar Schonkweiler.
Man, Gunnar had a great run. The very first touchdown of the game, a 62-yard touchdown run where he broke about 3 or 4 tackles. Then he took off to the end zone. So we decided that was the run of the game. Pretty much the longest run from scrimmage, except for the Mason Bodmer 71-yard run. But heck of a job by Gunnar Sonkweiler.
Boy, he was involved in a lot of pass breakups tonight, too.
He was. He had a great night. He had a couple tackles, 3 catches for 82 yards. So great night for him. Kind of like a little coming-out party for him.
Yeah, solid evening for Schonkweiler. The Portsmouth Block Big Block of the Game is our next award. It's brought to you by Portsmouth Block at 2700 Gallia Street, as well as Portsmouth Building Supply at 1740 Gallia Street. Both can be found in Portsmouth. And tonight, the Portsmouth Block Big Block of the Game goes to West wide receiver Zane Evans.
Zane had a big block on the touchdown run by Anthony Bishop. One of his 2 touchdown runs was at the very end, and it was a nice block. He kind of depleted the guy a little bit. Like you said, a lot of times the big blocks, they are happening down between the trenches, but they don't get as notified and magnified as when you see a wide open block out in the middle of the field. But got to give him that one. That was a heck of a block at the end of the run.
Very good block it was. Next up, we've got the Monroe's Freeman Collision Big Collision of the Game. The winner receives a T-shirt designating him as being the big hitter of tonight's contest. This courtesy of Kevin Monroe. And this award, a highly coveted award it is going to Minford's Bryce McLaughlin.
This kid, he loves to tackle. He had 11 tackles on the night, and he had a couple big pops there in the middle of the field. So great job by Mr. McLaughlin.
Tell you what, our next decision was a pretty tough one. It really, really was. If we could have joint custody of our player of the game, I think I'd give it to both of them, but we only have one for tonight. The Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game is presented by Collier Companies in honor of longtime area sports broadcasters, the late Roger Gray and the late Jim Snuffy Smith. Collier Companies is located on Collier Corner at 1661 State Route 522 in Wheelersburg and consists of Collier Construction and Collier Leasing, as well as Collier Safety, Collier Medical, and Collier Home Medical Services. Besides presenting the Roger and Snuffy Player of the Game, Colliers will also provide a $50 gift card from the Scioto River to make to any defender, I should say, who forces a safety. Almost had one of those when Ty Borland retreated after that punt, at the snap that went over his head when he was in punt formation and got the ball back inside the 5-yard line. But no safety tonight, so we'll hold on to that River gift card for another week. We do have our player of the game, though. And tonight, our player of the game is going to be Brody Hall, the West Senator quarterback. He's going to receive a T-shirt and a gift certificate courtesy of Collier Company. Matt, he played just a great game tonight.
Great game. Had 10 of 20 passing, only had 1 interception, but 232 yards. Most of that was all in the first half, and 3 touchdowns. Anytime your offense goes for 553 yards, quarterback's got to be doing something back there, maestro of everything. And tell you what, he did a great job. I thought he did a good job finding all the targets of receivers. I had him targeting at least 6 different receivers, and that's massive for a high school team. Absolutely. Great game tonight for Brody Hall, and so many other players stepped up and deserved some sort of honorable mention tonight. The Minford Falcons quarterback, Curtis Glenn, my gosh, his numbers might not pop off the page, but he threw a lot of really good passes tonight, and he just took hit after hit, as he always does, and just continued to get up. He had some nice runs. Another gutsy effort for Curtis Glenn. I thought Minford's, you mentioned Bryce McLaughlin, Marty Sparks had a very good game as well. Mason Bradley, I should say, he did very, very well. Mason Bradley, the 5'10", 185-pound senior, he scored their lone touchdown. Cool Donahoe did some good things. And while we gave the award tonight, the player of the game, to Brody Hall, it could have easily have gone to Anthony Bishop with the numbers he put up. He was outstanding as well. 15 carries, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns. A pretty monster game as well. That it was. Congratulations to all of our award winners. 40-8, West gets the victory over the Minford Falcons. That is going to do it for us. Thanks to all of the sponsors which made this broadcast possible. Couldn't do it without them, and thank you so much for tuning in. Also, big shout-out to Trey Collier of Kool TV. Wonderful working with him tonight. And a big, big tip of the cap to Gregory Tackett, our studio engineer tonight. New computer systems, completely different look tonight internally. I know that's all behind-the-scenes stuff, but he did a wonderful job tonight making us sound good. So, Greg, very proud of you. Great job. Keep up the good work. That is going to do it for us. Be sure to tune in to the Sports Line tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock back on 95.7 FM. For Matt Payton, I'm Chuck Greenslate, reminding you one final time, tonight's final score, the West Senators win it over Minford 40-8. Until next time, good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Portsmouth Football Game of the Week on Kool TV. This broadcast of the Portsmouth Football Game of the Week has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Total Media Sports Network and Kool TV.